Wachira Theuri, Upper Kabete. Mary, so Kabete is represented from upper to lower. Mary Kilonzo from Mountain View. Don Home is in the building. Minor Steve, I see you. I see somebody from Mary Kamaita. Okay, South is in the building. Leon, I see you. Leleti from Langata, Kenya. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, your favorite Dr. Lewis Muchile is here to actually put some neat snippets of information into your head. Now, you've seen or even experienced this, where all people are constantly seeking for relationships. And I'm not saying it's wrong for you to seek for a relationship. All of us are constantly seeking for a relationship. And the reason why we seek for a relationship is because we want a companion. Anytime I ask people, why do you want a relationship? Why do you want a man or why do you want a woman in your life? They say, I want a woman for companionship, or I want a man for companionship. I want a provider. I want a protector. I want a leader and all that. So it's always about what we want. Sialuma from Luanda. Is it Luanda in Kenya, Vihiga, or is it Luanda from Angola? So you've seen everybody seeking a relationship, and it's always fancy to be in a relationship. And actually, I am an advocate of marriages. Leave alone relationships, just relationship for fun. No, I am an advocate of marriages. But there's always a force that is totally fighting marriages and relationships. There's a force that is totally fighting marriages. Let me just be honest with marriage, not going into any other thing. Eunice Mbui from Saudi Arabia and Daniel Njeru from Theka. 237 is in the building. Judy Asuko from Mwekevoi. Amazing, amazing. Today we have a lot of people all over. Yani guys, Health and Wellness Sport is international. As you think we are here, we are in Seattle. I was married since 1987. Trust me, you. My friend, the best place for every woman is a marriage. They know it. The best place for a woman to be is in a marriage with a stoic man, a provider, a leader, and a man who acts as an example. An example to the woman and to the children, because these people need leadership. But nowadays it's hard for you to differentiate the thinking and the actions of men and women. Can we call them males? There's a problem. We cannot differentiate between the actions and the thinking of males and females, or men and women. Why? Because we are all thinking the same, we're all acting the same. So therefore there's no leader. And this is actually making more women very upset with the modern man. Men are growing fat, men are growing emotional, men are involved in gossip, men are angry, men are shouting, there's a lot of And now marriage is becoming an institution that is actually hated by many. And you see most cases of people who are coming out to be activists or to be feminists are actually coming from broken marriages. Why? Because of the presence of weak men. They call them bitter males. And apparently these weak men are the same men that women are using to make rules and laws in parliament that will actually make the same women to suffer. How many weak men do we have in parliament? Oh, and the only thing they do is to vote for what women are saying. Now, this is not to say that what women are saying is wrong. This is to say that most of the rules that are made by our parliamentarians, who are weak men, are rules that are actually coming in to destroy the same women. You've seen even those Airbnbs that these cases of femicide, they are owned by most of the politicians. So as we think about it in a shallow perspective, this is a problem. This is femicide. I'm looking at it in a spiritual aspect. I'm looking at it what is good and what is evil. And when you see the life in that direction, it's easy for you to actually differentiate a lot of things. By the way, there's this thing called ego death. All human beings are born from the nature of evil. Our parents were in a fallen state. They knew about God, but they did not know God. So all of us are born in a fallen state. Now it's up to us to actually find our bearing back. The beauty about it is, if you're born and raised in a family that has dual parents, I was lucky to have one. I'm still lucky to have them. So if you're born in a family that has the two parents and each of them was playing their own roles 100%, you are somebody who is going to be responsible. You're somebody who is going to have an appropriate mindset. You're somebody who is going to act as an example to all women in your life. If you're a man, if you're a woman, you know how to behave around masculine energy, and it becomes easier for you to behave around your man. And again, you will have an easy way of getting your identity, and now attracting a male or a man who has the same identity will be easier for you, because you already have masculine energy to actually teach you how to be a woman. The problem is, nowadays we have a lot of married boys. And I use the word married because they are married. We have boys who are seeking love and they think women can love them. We have men who are constantly chasing women for love, for sex, and all that. So even the idea of getting into a marriage is actually skewed. So we have these boys who still are seeking for the love of their mama. They are seeking the love of mama. And they want to convert women into their mothers. You've heard men saying, oh, you know what, I want a woman who is exactly as my mother. You heard that statement? So if they find older women, of course, which they will attract because their mothers were older, so they know old women are better. So they'll chase older women. They'll attract older women because they're looking for mama's love. They're looking for a provider. And this is also happening in men who are raised by mothers only, without fathers. I'm avoiding the use of the word single mother because there's nothing like single mother. Okay, there's nothing like a single mother or a single parent or a single mother or a single father. There's nothing like that. There must be two to be involved in making a child. That's a mother and a father. Anyway, so both of the genders are actually looking for love. We look for companionship, we look for love, we look for fake identities, we look for sex. So we are getting into relationships for the wrong reasons. And guess what? This is going to catch up so fast because you see, by the time you're getting engaged, so you've dated this guy, you've had sex all through. So all of you are just using each other for the ego part. And then you get engaged. As you're getting engaged, you're actually pretending that you people are in love, that love is working. We've seen it multiple times. You engage and you show us. Once you just show us, we know, oh, this one is not going anywhere. Immediately you put your engagement or your relationship in the public, that one is the end of the story. This is the end of the story. Because somebody is saying Kibaki lacked an identity. Kibaki was so dominated. Where? Yeah. If any case, that relationship belonged to Mama Lucy. May their soul rest in peace. So this is the point. A relationship belongs to a man. So a woman joins a man's relationship. But it beats my understanding when a man woos a woman and asks the woman what she needs in a man. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Like, you want this woman to join your empire, and then you're asking this woman what she wants in a man. Remember, women don't even know what they want in a man. They don't. That's why they will tell you the tall, dark, and handsome, and all that with six-pack, and all that with a career, and a leader, and a protector, and all that. But they are dating somebody who is so irresponsible, a mama's boy, and a bitter male who abuses them. But they protect the same male. So anyway, we are looking for fake identities. We are looking for love. We are looking for sex. And let me talk about men on this one. This is exactly the same picture that we point out there. We constantly looking for sex because of the need for ejaculation. So inside us, we have this void for a father figure. Our fathers were weak and they made us so weak because inside us, we are longing for a leader and somebody we can actually emulate. So we have this void of a real father figure. And now we are thinking that things that are coming outside will actually make us feel complete. So we chase fake thrills like sex. We chase fake identities from women thinking they will complete us. We are running away from our fathers, hoping that if we run away from our fathers, we are safe. The only problem we don't know is we are running away with an empty hole inside us. We don't have perfect peace. So as we run away, we keep on attracting what we are running away from. That is the major problem. And now we end up attracting older women because we want mama. We want somebody who can provide. We still believe that 50-50 because our parents used to share bills. We are still constantly believing that we need women to actually help us to become who we want to be. Problems. On the other hand, women love these weak males because they can easily dominate them. And when they take them, they wanasema nilimjenga. I made him who he is. Ladies, surprise. And this is part of the amendments. Ladies, if you ever try to build a man, one, you're emasculating him. Because men are designed to build things and build women also. They elevate women from girls or from women to mothers. And then they elevate your status because that's the role of the men. So when you take that position and you try to build a man, you've flown outside the country, maybe you got a green card and you invite a man to the US to stay with this man. You have a good job and you realize, oh, I like this guy and this guy is suffering. He has not found a good job. He's not financially stable. You bring him in to assist him, to help him so that later on he becomes the man of your dreams. Ooh. You're building a man for another woman. I will tell you this. You'll build this man, build in quotes. And when this man becomes that man that you really wanted, this man is going to build another woman. And you'll be the first person to go on the internet to actually try to convince us that, hey, you know what? This was a mistake. So you're coming in to tell us this was a mistake, yet it was your choice. It is you who actually decided to build this man. What are you building a man for? A man is supposed to be built on his own. You are supposed to join his empire. So he has a kingdom that he has built over time. That's why men between the age of 24 all the way to 30, they are chasing a lot of thrills. They are chasing sex. They are getting married for the wrong reasons. They want to please the society. They are all over. This is a man who has just come from campus and he has just found a job. Remember when he was in campus, every single woman was actually saying no, no, no. No, they're the ones who went for sponsors, and this guy got so broken. My girlfriend was just picked by a sponsor. So he's so broken. And again, add on that, lack of identity from the home. Now this guy has found a job. He's earning some few coins. He can pay bills, walk into a restaurant and eat healthy and come out. Not eat healthy, just eat food and come out and pay without having to think twice. Now he can afford women. Women. What do you think that guy will do? Do you think this guy is a guy who's going to sit down and think about settling with you without having to think about sex and having to think about revenge? Oh, look at the relationship that are happening from 24 to 27. And by 27, every man has this notion in their head. The devil is always talking to their minds, telling them, you know what? At 27, you should have a family. You should be settled, have a home, have a good car you're driving, and a good job. Provide. That is the mindset. That is the mindset in your head. The devil trying to talk to you. There's always a God's plan. By 27, some of you are even still in school. By 27, you're still chasing girls. You've made so many mistakes. Some of you are still constantly betting and masturbating. You're losing a lot of finances. You have no investment. You have nothing. Like literally, you have nothing. You only have a job, which you are only one pay slip away from being poor, going back to poverty or broke. So you're chasing skirts all over. With the little money that you have, you're saving very little money. So this time you want to settle with this person. Aye. On the other hand, there are men who are 27 dating 27-year-old women. Men, a 27-year-old man and a 27-year-old woman, they are not age mates. Let us agree on that. By the time a lady is getting to 24, this lady is ready for everything. By the time a man is getting to 24, this man is ready for nothing. The only thing he can do is ejaculate aimlessly. And at that moment in time, because this is his only weapon. Oh, at 24, men have highest testosterone levels. They want to actually ejaculate 7 times a night and show you that they can actually do the job because they are broke. And a broke man can break your bed. Hiyo imewapita. Hiyo imewapita kidogo. Hey, a broke man can break your bed. But sit him down and discuss issues. You realize, hala, we 27-year-old, tell him to meet your father. Like, babako, ya nini? What for? Why would I meet you? I mean, I love you. Why would I meet your father? It's you that I'm interested in. See how they defend themselves. No, I can't meet you. No. I'm not ready, but I will tell you. And the weird part is ladies are so fond of lies. You're lied to and you believe the lie. And when this guy is lying, I think there's a beauty about lies. There's this thing about lies that ladies just get attracted to. And truth, by the way, men, don't even think that when a woman tells you, be honest with me, she wants the honesty. That's the real thing. You tell her the honesty, she's not able to handle it. Now you are in trouble now. Okay, so I don't know what is with the lies that women like so much. Uongo. So imagine now we are having all these relationships. Yes, they are relationships. Should we call them relationships or situationships? That women are using these men for the sex, of course, the thrills of sex, and men are using these women for ejaculation purposes to just ease themselves. Because men, of course, I saw this live that somebody was saying that men have sex for 2 reasons. To ease pressure and also for fun. Did you see that? That men can just have sex to ease pressure. So when a man is busy breaking the beds, he's actually easing the pressure inside his head. He's actually fighting an insecurity, a demon in his head. If you are doubting that, go and check the statistics. About 45% to 67% of marriages are sexless. So men are constantly chasing love or looking or seeking love in women. But women don't have love for men. Women can only respect and submit to men. They don't know how to love men. Women know only how to love products of their own womb. That is the children. So men are constantly looking for love in women who don't have love for them. And now they have to turn these children, these women, into their mothers. And why are men looking for love in these women? Yet they know very well the order of God is God above men, men above women, women above children. And that's how love flows. That's how love flows. That's how leadership flows. That's how order flows. So if there is a distortion in that order, there's a problem. If there's absence of a father in our family, there's a problem. Depression is going to get into the children. Women are going to resent these men. They're going to become very angry, and they will turn this anger into the children. Now, the children will start hating their fathers with the hate of their mothers, because children are taught how to love or how to hate. So every idea that you have in the head about love, about relationship, about religion, and all these things was taught to you and is a lie. You need to find your own ideas about this. And if any case, drop the ideas. Just find your identity and see what happens to you. Drop them and see what happens to you. And I'll tell you this for free. And when I say this, women think I hate women. One, the nature of a woman is emotions. What are emotions? Anger, inadequacy, fear, doubt, overthinking, emptiness, loneliness. And that's the reason why when a man is experiencing all these things, an emotional man is actually referred to as a woman. Why? Because he has all these qualities of emotions. He's an emotional man. He cannot make a stable decision. So how do you then beat these emotions? You must overcome the nature of a woman inside you. You must overcome the nature of a woman inside you. Because every time you're carrying that nature of a woman, oh, you're acting so crazy. You're talking and people are just listening to your mother talk. And that is one of the reasons why when you're still angry at your father because you're raised by a mother, the moment you go and face your father to try to apologize, your father shuts you down. Why? Because you will still go with the ego and the emotions that are coming from the mother. So you did not overcome your mother before going to overcome your father. You went to your father with the identity of your mother. He senses that and he shuts you down because he doesn't want to be involved with your mother totally. And that's where the problem comes in. Now you start saying, oh, I went to apologize to my father, but he was so angry, he actually shut me down. He did because you came with the identity of your mother. You still had the ego. That's why you must start by overcoming your mother. You ease up the nature of emotions, the anger, the inadequacy, the hate, and now you come to the father, and then you apologize. You overcome your father. Now you have your own identity. Now remember, your father is not a God. Your father is the son of God. So you're going to go through the father, which is the son of God, who is the son of God, sorry. So unless you reconnect with your biological father, you will suffer, my friend. You're actually suffering because you have distanced yourself from your father. And this is a Christmas holiday that I saw even on radio. There was a topic that was being discussed. And they were saying, why do single mothers block fathers from seeing their children? Why do they even block them during these festive seasons to see their children? And of course, women were coming in angry, saying, oh, you know what, alikataa mimba, he ran away and all that. And the energy was just there. And you can see that is identity issues. Now, whatever fathers and mothers have has nothing to do with children. Remember, these children did not sign to be here. It is you. You are having fun. You ended up bringing up a child. So therefore, it's your responsibility to raise them as two parents. One providing the masculine energy, the other one providing the feminine energy, which is going to build these children to grow up in a responsible manner. But because you had issues because of your own ego, you came in with the wrong reasons, one trying to use the other and the other one trying to use the other. So your ego is the one that actually moved you apart. Now you're allowing that ego and that evil nature of yours to actually affect the children. This is one of the reasons why I told women, if you were married before and you got children from that marriage, and then you come out of that marriage, because most women leave a marriage. You leave that marriage because you're unable to handle this man. The best thing to do is to seek an identity and never get remarried. Unless your children get to 18 years and they leave your home. Now you can get remarried because you're free. But if you decide to get remarried, what you're going to do is you'll have to divide the attention between you and the father, the stepfather. We call the stepfather, but they're not their father. They're your man. Let's just say that. So you're going to divide attention between your children and the new man. Now, when you do that, you are denying your children the love that they deserve from their mother. Remember, you already denied them the love that they needed from a dual family, the dual parentship. Now you're here bringing in somebody else, thinking that this person is going to step in to actually replace the fatherly love that you missed the other side. Mistake. Why? This guy does not care about your children. This guy cares about, he wants you. He doesn't, he might be coming in with the wrong idea. Coming in to just have an ejaculation, just like the other man who actually ran away. Listen, you moved from one marriage, you did not fix your identity, you think you'll attract a different person. What you will do is you'll attract a man who will act directly the opposite. Underline the word act. He will act the opposite of the man that you just left. Why? Because as you're speaking to him, you're portraying that energy, the weaknesses of the other man. Now this guy has to take the form of an opposite guy to that man. He is the same man, but he's just acting a role so that he can earn that organ. My friend, there's something called post-nut clarity for men. Immediately this man gets to ejaculate, because this man will even bond with the children, bring gifts, and immediately he ejaculates. That's the time he realizes, oh, this woman is very angry. This one is an obese woman. This one kumbe alikuwa na pot belly. This one has very thin legs. This one he has no hair. This is just some ballast. This is a horse tail. That's the moment he sees all these mistakes. You think he's going to stick around? If he sticks around, it's because he feels guilty leaving you. So what he'll do, he will disappear for 2 weeks and then comes back and makes you feel good, hits and disappears for 2 weeks again. He feels you're complaining, he comes and, oh, you know what, oh, Paul, I've been busy and all that, hits and then goes. And ladies know, every time a man hits you, there's a thing he takes out of you. There's something he walks out of you, because women don't just open up their legs to anybody. They will open up legs to somebody they want to open up their legs to. And that's why men, if a woman cheats on you and goes ahead and has sex, she wanted it. There's nothing like, oh, you know what, it was a mistake. There's no mistake in a woman having sex. I'm telling you that for free. So, so as you're there thinking, oh, this guy is coming in to actually take care of my children and all that, please, one, you attracted the wrong person because you did not fix your identity. So you went in, attracted somebody who is just the same way as you are. You attracted who you are. You actually attracted the same man that you are running away from, because whatever you run away from, you keep on attracting it. And now this guy, because he knew the weakness of the other man, he acted the opposite of that man to earn the organ. Once he has harvested, now clarity comes in. That's the time you realize, this is the 13th time I'm making the mistake. It is too late already. Now, at that moment in time, you've made your children resent you already. And if you have sons, they have resented you and they've become just like you. They are so emotional, they are women. So they're just women in men clothes. The same boys that you're raising and complaining about their father, teaching them to hate their father because of your indifferences, are the same boys that are coming out here to actually date your daughters. Now, because you are a mother raising sons, these sons are constantly thinking that you are the provider. So they know women are supposed to provide. This is the reason why they are constantly looking for women who are older. And that's how they'll end up dating your friends. And because your friends are sex-starved, and they get this teenage here who can actually break a bed. My friend, you have a woman friend, and she's constantly dating your son, and you don't even know. Hautaijua. Yeah, hautaijua. So we are raising men who like gossiping. You simply go on a channel that talks about gossip, you'll see what I'm talking about. A lot of men there. The other girl who was showing her genitals on TikTok, look at the ratios of people who are following her, men. Look at the number of people who are actually on that live, men. Look at people who are actually giving her endorsements, men. And you think it's a joke? You think it's a joke? Yeah. You'll constantly blame everybody. You'll blame everything around you. But the real battle is inside you. The spiritual battle is inside you. Simply go and forgive, overcome these people, and then come back. And Zembe reminded me, males, not men. Yes, they are males. Yeah? And this, weirdly, these are married men. They are married. In marriages, they are unable to even satisfy their women in bed, but they are busy on that lady's timeline. wondering where. Imagine, I saw the comment sections on X. They're even looking for the Telegram channel that has these nudes, that has these videos. Where is it? Where is the link? I'm like, hey. So you are looking for, yeah? So you guys have people in your homes, they are unable to satisfy you sexually, but they are busy masturbating with these girls. They are busy parking their vehicles outside the university campuses. We talked about KMTC the other day. They are busy parking their vehicles outside there to actually have sex with girls who are age mates to their daughters, even younger than their daughters. And I will tell you this for free, from my experience. I put up that video that was talking about men with that thing to carry children, the baby carriers. And I saw how emotional men are. Go to the comment section, you will see what I'm talking about. We have males who are super emotional and they cannot even handle anger. They are looking for places to lash their anger, to just deposit this anger. They are thinking if they deposit that anger on your comment section, they'll feel better. And then immediately they do that, they realize they are not feeling any more better. They are not feeling any better. Look at how many men are busy hooting on the traffic jams because there's no patience in men. They are hooting, and as they're hooting, they're getting angry, they're shouting abuses. You're like, what is happening? And these are people that we expect to be leaders, to actually be examples to our sons and daughters. And now, why am I talking about men so much? Because I know if we fix the generation of men, women will align. Women have no problem with aligning. The problem is the crop of men or males that are actually messing their society up. All the same. I don't know your experience, but I hope that if you come on board, you can actually bring us your experience. Have you fixed your identity in if any case? Have you even faced your parents? This is a Christmas holiday. Go home, face your mother, overcome her, face your father, overcome him. And I believe that if everybody, actually I know, if all of you get to fix your identities before you get into a relationship or before you get married or before you marry, we will not have this chaos. Chaos are coming because we have no identities and we don't like the person we see in the mirror. We hate ourselves, we carry that anger, but we don't want to take responsibility. Look at people saying, I am an addict to alcohol, I'm an addict to sex, all those. They say that, I'm a sex addict. But they will never say I'm evil. But you see, in the nature of spirituality, there's nothing like sex addict. You're either evil or good. You choose you. You choose the spirit that lives inside you. It controls you. Now, if you're constantly seeking for a relationship or for love or for a woman, you get that woman, she becomes your God. That's how you end up pedestalizing her. You end up obeying her and she becomes your God. And that's the problem. We've actually made human beings to become our gods. And that's the reason why we even have the idea that God is supposed to behave in a certain way. So we've molded God into our own image. That, you know what, if I do this, God will forgive me. If I do this, God will love me. If I do this, God will respect me. God cannot respect you. God is a spirit. He's not a human being. He doesn't act up according to your emotions, no. Good. So if you're on TikTok, this is your time to actually come in. I've missed listening to you, Doc. Thank you. This is Daisy. I appreciate that. Come in and start doing this. Come in and have a conversation with us. Get rid of that false identity. Hi, I have a question. Go ahead and ask the question. Do not say I have a question. Just go ahead and ask it. If I see it, I'll read it and answer it. Before I read the rules and the new amendments. Hey, where amendments are coming in. Somebody saying that the son will date their mother's friends. I'm telling you the truth. We have relationships where your sons are actually dating your friends. You don't even know. They're having sex with your friends. We have relationships where fathers are having sex with their daughters. And let me tell you, I have worked with a lot of people. I've actually talked to a lot of people worldwide. And I've realized there's one problem here. That most ladies were actually exposed to sex at a very early age. But the problem is they carry that anger inside them. And this sex was actually done or was actually imposed to them by either their uncles or their cousins or somebody who was a relative who was older than them. Mothers, wewe endelea kupea mtoto wako simu afanye venye anataka. These girls are being exposed to sex so early, and apparently the people who are actually having sex with them are the relatives, cousins, uncles. girls being messed up with these people. Now they carry that anger inside them. So most of them were actually exposed to the earliest sex, which we will call it pedophilia or we'll call it rape. But yes, by their stepfathers. But they never tell you because they are afraid of you. Mothers and fathers, these daughters of yours are afraid of you because they harbor your identities. They resent you because fathers are absent in these homes. Therefore, their daughters are so exposed to even a shamba boy. Some of them have even had an abortion. They've had sex with their cousins. They went ahead to do an abortion. You've never realized. And now this anger, this guilt inside them and the void of a father is deeper inside them. As they grow older into their teenage, as they become into the early 20s, they become lesbians. Why? Because they hate what men did to them in their earlier ages. They hate what they went through from their uncles. They look at their uncles, they're so bitter. You wonder why you tell them to go to the village, they're like, I'm not going there. Because they look at those people in the village, they hate them because of what they did to them. But they'll never tell you. Now you're wondering, why is my daughter becoming a lesbian? Why is my son becoming gay? These are people who were sodomized when they were younger. But they never said it. Why? Because you are unavailable as a father. You allowed your son to become emotional. You are never there. The mother was so angry, and every day she's shouting at these children. They're even afraid of her. They become just like her. They can't share anything. So as they're growing older, inside them they're harboring all this anger, and they're looking just for a place to just lash this anger. Now guess what? As they're running away from that, they end up attracting men who will do the same thing to them. Men who will manipulate them with money. Men who will make sure that they shut up, they never say anything because they don't have rights anyway. Boys will end up getting men who will actually sodomize them. And these men actually putting on gowns and calling themselves preachers and bishops and all that. You know those churches where these bishops have actually sodomized those sons of yours, but they've never said. If the media did not air it out, and of course I know the media has its own agenda, so if you did not air it out, you will never have known that your son was actually sodomized by a priest. And all these are because of weak men. Imagine a man looking at a daughter, somebody's daughter, just because some breasts are coming out. This guy is like, this one I must be the first one to smash. We need to start empowering men. We focused on one gender and forgot the other. That is very true. We are constantly empowering a woman, but we don't empower the man for this woman. So this woman is actually becoming becoming a man. And guess what? We did not empower women to become better. We empowered women to actually compete with men. Imagine that. So we empower women. We don't provide opportunities for the same women. Now they become feminists because they have to find a channel to actually air their emotions and anger. We empower women for what reason? So that they become equal to men. The truth is that is not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Because men and women are not equal. They are not. They are equal maybe in their own roles. That a woman can play 100% of her own roles, a man can play 100% of his own roles. But it's not like they are equal, that women can do what a man can do, a woman can do better. That's the nonsense statement. It's a nonsense statement. So we've lied to them with this idea of empowering them. We've lied to them. And the truth is, the people who actually started this agenda of empowering women are actually people who hate the family unit. People who actually broken up from marriages. And they hate the family unit, and they want to drag the younger girls and the younger boys into this agenda. And then they use weak males to make these rules. Only to realize that we've made rules to empower women. We've given them women rape opportunities. Then they destroy themselves. You look at women who have been nominated as senators. You know one of them who is just all over. Look at your woman rape. What is she doing differently? We've empowered them. We've given them even opportunities. Now we are saying 2/3 gender rule. Okay. But giving a chance to women just because they are women, that's a crazy idea. We need to actually make sure that all of them have equal opportunities, and then outcomes have to be equal again. So we empower the women to actually be against men. Is that empowering a woman? I think we empower a woman to become a better woman, to have opportunities. But now we're empowering women. We're actually providing a shield for women who are angry. Now they join in because they were raped by their uncles. They were raped by their stepfathers. Now they are angry. They're just looking for a place to lash this anger. They bring this umbrella here. They are there. They just want a place to be accepted. And this is one of the reasons why you wondered how is it possible that all those women, even those who have never experienced anything near to rape, near to what, were carrying placards saying, we stop femicide. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I wish I was here just rolling some interviews to ask them why are they doing this. And then you see how empty they are. They're so empty, so empty. You're wondering, this is not a battle between men and women. It's a battle between what is right and evil. What is good and what is evil? It's that simple. Anyway, let me allow some calls in before we go into the rules. The rules and regulations, the new amendments. Osolo Media, women want to be empowered but enjoy the privilege of a traditional woman. It can't work. That's the reality. And I ask women, do you obey your man? They say, yes, I do. Then I ask them, if your man told you, please drop this job and come back home and take care of my children, will you do that? They say, I can't do that. Then I ask them, why are you working? It's because I want to support my man. Who? Is the best support of raising this man's children is enough support. What makes you think your man wants support financially? It's because you don't have an identity, and then you're sold this fake idea by your mother that you need to be independent of the man. And then you're sold the idea that any relationship that you're getting in is going to break anyway. So you already have fear in you. So you're thinking, if I get into any relationship, it's going to break. So you're actually making an exit plan so that if anything goes wrong, I'm out. Your mother has told you must have a private account that your man doesn't know. You must have a shamba somewhere. You must have all these things. And then you have them and then you realize, I don't have perfect peace. So you thought if I have these private accounts and all these investments, I'll have perfect peace. You realize you don't have perfect peace. Now when you're aging, you start realizing, oh, my mother lied to me. My mother lied to me. At that moment in time, you cannot go back to tell her because she's so angry in the village. She's actually running away from the husband because the husband has actually retired. They are there just looking at each other and wondering, who is this here? I was comfortable when you used to work far away from me. Now they're here, they have to look at each other as they age. They are seeing those wrinkles, they're like, where, guy? And that's the reason why women now move from the villages and come and settle in towns with their sons. And now they bring chaos in that house. They're struggling on who will sit in the front seat in the car. They're struggling who will cook meals for the son. The son is there weak as crazy. And he's telling the woman, you know what? My mother cooks good chapatis than you. I'm like, oof. 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 So instead of you sitting in the village with your retired husband, take care of him, you are now in the cities trying to destroy marriages of your sons because you don't like the unity of marriage because of the mistakes that you made as a mother. Go fix yourself. They are stepfathers who are so good and have looked after their the spouse children as their own. Who is this? This is Finn. Listen, first things first, there's nothing like a stepfather. You're not the father of those children. That is one. Number two, you took responsibility that was not your own, which is okay. You took responsibility that was not your own. That's your own problem. That's okay. But the reality is this. Men do not take care of children just because ni wao ama ni wa mtu mwingine. Men can do it. They can because men have no problem with going out to make the money. They don't have a problem. Well, all they want in the home is peace. And they can't get that peace in a woman. They'll get that peace by forgiving their mother and overcoming the woman. The woman nature in them. So there's nothing like peace being brought about by somebody else. Peace is inside you. So the truth is this. They will take the responsibility. That's okay. But does it hit you that most of these men who are actually coming in as stepfathers, if there's a word like that, let's put it in quotes, they actually dominated so badly. Do you know that? Let me give you an example. There's this gentleman who is on... a very famous gentleman on national radio. This guy who married this woman who has children. And his children from another man. You know him very well. On a morning show. So this man goes ahead and decides to post these children on the internet. They are not his children. He decides to post them on the internet. Did you see what happened? Of course, he has come in as this guy who is a good guy. He's going to take care of these children. He's the stepfather, as you put it. He comes in, decides, you know what, now I'm going to play the father role as I've been taught by my mother. Mistake number two, as has been taught by my mother. Because I was looking for mother's love, I ended up attracting an older woman. And now I'm here, I can't do anything. So I'm thinking I'm in love because it's an idea in your head. Just the same way that tall, dark and handsome is just an idea in your head. It doesn't exist. And if it does exist, he doesn't want you. Okay, so this guy goes ahead and posts the children on the internet. Do you know what happened? All of a sudden, the guy is coming back saying, why are you posting my children? I mean, who do you think you are to post my children? Now it becomes a serious problem. Now the woman is silent. Oh, you know what? Me, I was not there. Woman says nothing. There's another case where a guy just came in, took care of this daughter from the time she was 13 all the way to the time she's 23, graduated in Kakamega, Masinde Muliro. After graduating, during the graduation day, the father of this daughter comes in. Comes in and says, hey, congratulations, my daughter. And then the daughter follows the father and they disappear. And now the woman is like, hey, nani? Missy, you baba mtoto. Those are the cases that you people don't want to talk about, but you want to paint an image. There are stepfathers who are taking the role. You see, you're painting an image of what you know. What you don't know is the bigger picture. So now, women are so silent. They don't want to say anything because the father is the father. They can't do anything about it. And remember this, a woman will carry a pregnancy to a man they want to carry a pregnancy to. They will carry a child to a man they want to carry a child to. They will not carry a child to a man they don't want. By the time she's getting pregnant, that was the alpha man. They wanted that man. The only problem is they did not have an identity. They ended up attracting a man or a male who did not also have an identity. So they were using each other. But at that moment in time, ideas came into her head. She was thinking that this is the best man. This is the alpha. Because this one is actually acting different from the men that I know, the ones that I've tested. So a woman will get pregnant to a man she wants to get pregnant to. So I don't refuse. There's 1% of men who come in handy and take the responsibility and they do it perfectly. Well done. We celebrate them. Yeah? Mr. Henry needed to heart this before dating Prima. Hey. Doc, what's your opinion concerning intertribal relationships? Is it really something that should be considered? First things first, never have an opinion about anything, because if you have an identity, you'll never see things in terms of opinion. Because when you have an opinion, you create a judgment. Judging is sin. So therefore, never have an opinion about anything. I only share my views. If it works for you, well done. If it doesn't, watch out an eye. But never have an opinion about anything. Immediately you have an opinion about something, you're having ego. You're making judgments. That is sin. Okay? So the real case is this. There is nothing like tribes. There is nothing like, in matters spiritual, it's just good and evil. You have to uphold what is good. And you cannot know, you will not even know the tribe as long as you're playing your role as a man. So there's always this idea that comes in, and is an idea. Ideas are evil. It comes in that says, you know what, cultural differences, blah, 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 and all that. Remember, those cultures are not godly. They are created by men. Men are the ones who create cultures. They create norms, societies. What we follow is commandments, not morals, not cultural views and societal views. I am an advocate for commandments, not for views, not for cultural, I don't know, whatever, not for morals, because who made morals? Morals are human-made. Commandments came from above. So if you follow the commandments, well done. Like, for example, sir, if you're playing a role as a man, you can provide. You actually have a good job, plus investments and all that, and you have a good relationship with people, because your network is your network. So if you have that good network, of course, even if you lose that job, you can still provide for these women, or your children. So once you just fix yourself, you get an identity. Identity sees beyond tribes. It sees beyond tribes. Amazing. So before, let me just bring in tribalists. Amazing. I was talking about tribes, and tribalists comes in. The worst thing that can happen to children, is these children having a perfect relationship. Tribalists. Tribalists, can you settle down before you have a conversation? Are you there? Tribalist seems to be somewhere in 𝗥𝗘𝗟𝗧𝗜𝗦. No internet, no nothing. I'm talking to him. He's talking to the woman. I don't know. Tribalists, I hope you can actually come back. Because you, at this moment in time, you're sounding like somebody's actually putting something on your neck before you say something. Yeah? Doc, what about cheating partners since it's rampant? Should it be tolerated when children are involved? Now, relax. Do not even call them cheating partners because you attract who you are. The only problem is when you look in the mirror, you don't want the image of what you're seeing in the mirror. That's the short story. We attract who we are. You see that? So therefore, if he's cheating, we are cheating. It's who we are as people, but we don't want to accept that we're evil. Because how did you end up getting into a relationship without fixing an identity? And now you have to blame external factors. Remember, your real world is inside you. So as you're constantly trying to fix the outside world, you're messing it up because the real world is inside you. A spiritual battle is inside you. So you attract who you are. You didn't have an identity, you end up attracting a man who had no identity. Look at it this way. Those that you call cheating partners, actually you realize there's no partnership in marriage or relationships. People have to play their own roles. It's not a partnership. So listen. So you have no identity. You did not forgive your mother to overcome the nature of anger, emotions, doubt, fear, concern, insecurity, and overthinking. You ended up attracting a man who has the same issues. All the fear, all the gossip is in him. Mention any gossip is there. Overreacting, abusive and all that. Non-provider, no leadership skills because he hails from a family that had no leader. So that's exactly what you attract. And then you blame this man for cheating on you. I mean, he was chasing a thrill. He was chasing sex because he did not have an identity. And you attracted who you are because you're running away from your weak father. You ended up attracting a weak man for marriage. Do you see that? Yeah, so do not be quick to judge. This one is a cheating partner. There are things that you've done that are worse than cheating. It's only that you are a thief that has not been caught. Wewe ni mwizi hujashikwa, okay? So do not judge them. But simply go fix your identity, because when you fix your identity, you'll see it beyond that. You'll not have the anger. You'll know how to react to it. You'll know how to actually walk out of it. And I'm telling you this for free. When I'll be reading the rules, you'll realize you never hold on to anything. Not money, not your bank account, not a woman, not a man, not a relationship. You don't try to mend anything. Akitaka kwenda amesema, oh, you know what, I'm leaving. Oh, okay. It was good having you. Yes, Paul.
Good evening, Doc.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
How do you know you're good?
Because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right now.
Did you know Did you know feelings are controlled by thoughts and thoughts are evil?
I didn't know.
Now you know. So how are you?
Let's keep that, and I go forward to my to a post you made today. I think it was today on your Telegram.
Amazing.
You said that men who carry their babies in strollers, mostly they are mama's boys.
Yes.
And this is actually my opinion. For me, I'm not married. I don't have a baby, but most of the times I think that men who carry their babies in strollers, maybe they're doing it for their ladies, or they are under the influence of their ladies to avoid unnecessary arguments at home.
Yes.
It's like, I also thought about it in this way, like a man giving out flowers, because most of the men don't want to give out flowers, but they do give out flowers to avoid that unnecessary argument that why don't you buy me flowers when my friends, their boyfriends, buy them flowers.
Yes.
I also want you to buy me flowers so that I can feel in this type of way.
Yes.
But and this is my conclusion, that most of the times men who do that, they are not necessarily being brought up by their mothers, or they are not mama's boys, but I think they just do it. They just do it for the sake of pleasing their partners, and that's it.
Okay, good one. And allow me to just go back to the post before I actually raise or actually address what you've said, okay? So this was the post. The post said, the modern man is becoming more of a woman. Seeing a whole grown man carrying a baby in a baby carrier or pushing a baby stroller is crazy. Men are naturally wired to lift stroke carry their children. That is the point that you people avoided. Men are naturally wired to lift or carry their children. Most effeminate males who use this stuff are mama's boys, and they do it because their wives have told them to. Bring back the man. Now, read this again. Most effeminate males who use this stuff, I'm talking about the baby carrier and the strollers, are mama's boys, and they do it because their wives have told them to. Now, you said very well that these men are doing it for their ladies. So therefore, why do you disagree with my statement? That is number one. Number two, you said they are doing it to avoid conflict. Why would a man have conflict with the woman? I thought he's the leader. He's supposed to lead from the front. So how is it possible that now he's avoiding conflict? Because he's thinking, he's actually submitting to the wife. So he thinks if he doesn't do that, the wife will bring noise. So he's actually dominated. He is no leader anymore. He's submissive to the woman. This woman hates and resents him. That's why he's angry. That's why the woman is angry. So this man is trying to run away from the anger that will come from the woman, because if he doesn't do that, the woman will get mad. And he's the one who is the weak male here, because this woman is looking at him as the leader. He should just carry the child. Why would you put on something that actually acts, looks like a woman who is pregnant? Why would you push this trolley instead of just carrying your baby? Is it not natural for you to just carry a baby?
It is.
So basically, everybody who was reacting to that post read the post with emotions, because they are guilty. Now look at you trying to create an opinion, because you said, this is my opinion. You're actually trying to create an opinion when you don't have a wife, you don't have a child. So what gives you the audacity to create that opinion over a post that you did not read to understand? You read to respond. Pal, are we there?
Yeah, we are there. But also, let's try to rewind back.
Yes.
Yes, I agree on that. I think I read it with emotions, and I never truly understood the post.
Good.
I agree on that. But also here, you made a statement saying that if a man, okay, a man is made to lead.
Yes.
So why is he going, or why does it, I don't remember how you started it, but
I said, why would he be afraid? Why would he avoid conflict?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So also, let me put it in this scenario that most of the times, I think we don't have to be so much like masculine. We don't have to be so much ruling, because I grew up in a place whereby my uncles, I won't say that I grew up with my father, because I never grew up with my father. But my uncles, for them to have the long-lasting relationship that they are in right now, they used to let their women do the things that they wanted, even though they were not agreeing on them.
Good. But does it mean...
But because the lady, or maybe the woman, that the thing she's doing, it's making her happy.
Yeah. My
uncles used to say, let her do it as long as she's happy. Let the marriage move on. Because let's agree that okay. I won't say that I have the experience for the marriage, but I know that the love that you have in the beginning, let me say for 1 year, 2 years, it's not the same love you still have when you have paid for, like you have been in the marriage for over 20 years, 30 years.
But what changes? What changes? If you have love, you have love. If you have hatred, you have hatred. Some of the reason why it changes is because they pretend they love. They don't love, they pretend. They have no identities.
I think that's properly love. It reaches the time and it raises away.
No, the love does not fade away, because it will only fade away if it is man-made. Love does not come from men. Men don't have love unless they have an identity. Now, you see, I don't blame you, actually. The reality is, one, you did not have a father figure. You grew up without a father figure, so you will not understand the masculine side of the story. That's why you will tend to lean. You think the masculine energy is going to become harsh on women. If any case, women love that masculine energy. They want you masculine, because that will send them into their feminine core. Once it sends them into their feminine core, they like it there. They love it there. That is number one. Number two, you said that your uncles, who are your role models in this story, they wanted to do things that they did not agree with. That is a sign of weakness. And then they did things to just make sure that the marriage works. They did things that made their women happy. Understand this, that there is nobody who can make a woman happy. There's nobody who can make a man happy. Happiness is not coming from somebody or something. Happiness is something that is within you. And happiness is actually part of the love. If you don't have love, you have anger. So the reason why your uncles avoided bringing up these issues is because they were dominated by women. And they decided, you know what, for me to avoid conflict, let me just sit here, be dominated, and I will never say anything. Why? Because they were messed up by their fathers. They had weak fathers, they had angry mothers, so they knew if they respond some way or some form of way to a woman, she'll bring emotions. That's how they were taught. So inside them, they resented their mothers. And now they are here attracting their mothers in the same relationship. So they are afraid of women. They can't even correct women. So how can you lead somebody you cannot correct? So love and happiness comes from within you. There is nothing outside you that will make you happy. Okay? So when they thought they are going to make their women happy, they actually make those women depressed, more depressed, because women are looking up to them for leadership. How can you lead somebody you're afraid of? How can you lead somebody you want to make happy? Leadership does not involve making people happy. It involves doing what has to be done. And that's how men are supposed to be. Men are supposed to do what is supposed to be done. Okay?
But I think they did that because they wanted to have a successful marriage.
How would you know?
I think I also
what is success to you?
Yeah, because
what is success to you?
No. To have a long-lasting marriage.
That is not success. That is not success. I can be in a relationship for 10 years and end up not marrying that woman. Does that mean I had a successful relationship? I can be in a marriage for 30 years. I can be in a marriage for 30 years and then Satan comes in and just brings an accident and the woman dies. Does it mean I was happy in that marriage for 30 years, yet I was so dominated as a man? I was so emasculated. My woman was providing for me. Does that mean that was a successful marriage?
To some it is.
No, it's not. This is not about to some. This is about the general rules. Do you think marriage, women are supposed to provide?
They don't have to provide.
Do they? No, it's not about they don't have to provide. Do you think it's natural roles for women to provide?
It's not their natural role to provide.
So how many women out here are in marriages that they are providing and they've been in marriages for 50 years?
They are also a lot.
Exactly. So do you think they are in successful marriages?
No.
We are getting principles from the above. God says men are supposed to provide, women are supposed to submit to their men. Nowadays, women cannot submit to men, and now men decide, you know what, because they cannot submit, let's just be here because of the society. We are not going to break up because if we break up, how will the society view us? So we actually in marriages which are totally broken. People are not having sex, people are not having communication, people are not having conversations, people are not even raising children, and that's why there's always another man who is trying to raise your children, and you're there as a father. So you're constantly running away from yourself, and then you end up attracting yourself.
Though, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
In today's marriages, I think you have seen a lot, and I won't say that you have an opinion, because you told me that having an opinion it's evil.
Yeah, it's evil.
Okay, so do you think that in today's marriages, men who only lead and they are maybe, how should I term it? That they are the one to decide whatever has to be done in the house. The woman doesn't have to say anything. If the man says this has to be done, it has to be done. The woman doesn't have to maybe contribute nothing to that marriage. Not maybe financially, but not like in our grandfathers used to do that. If it's this, it's this. You are my wife, you don't have to say anything. Do you think that in today's marriages, that marriage can survive within even, let me say, 5 years? Can it last for 5 years?
First things first, now the modern marriages are not marriages. They are just unions and relationships. People are using each other, so they are not marriages anymore because they don't even understand the basics of marriage. A man has a role to play and a woman has a role to play. Now, if you mean, when you say a woman should say nothing, that doesn't make sense to me because all of them have a role to play. A man has a role to play, and he has a say in his role. A woman has a role to play, and she has a say in her role. So what we are trying to put across is these people are not equals. They have different roles, and they have to play these roles 100%. A man plays his role 100%. A woman plays their role 100%. That's what it's supposed to be, but it's not at women now equal to men in a marriage. No. So when you say a man, that sounds like a dictatorship. Okay, when you say a man says it all and is final.
It sounds like a dictatorship.
Yeah, but you see,
my grandfathers, they were dictators to our grandmothers. They were like, let the ladies stay at home, do this, do this, take care of the children. You don't have to go anywhere. It was like marriages for Muslims.
No, but
you have to wear this.
No, but
you have to put on the veil. You have to do this. You have to do this. I'm the one who takes orders here. You have to say nothing.
You mentioned marriage for Muslims. Have you realized Muslim women don't leave marriages? If any case, they're the men who leave the marriages. Muslim women don't leave the marriages. They're not complaining. So why are Christians complaining on behalf of Muslim marriages?
Why do the men leave if they are the one who are the true leaders? Why do men leave and the women stay?
That's a conversation for another day, because again, there's a lot about that in terms of upbringing. Okay, there's a lot about that in terms of upbringing, because I realized in most nations where there are Muslim people, men are so much raised by the mothers, so they become as weak as their mothers, and because weak fathers are there also. So that's another conversation. However, I believe that in a marriage, a woman plays their own role, a man plays their own role, and all of them do them at 100%. And that's the beauty about the marriage. So it's not about them competing about roles, because no woman can play man's roles, and no man can play a woman's roles. All of us have different roles. So if we think about in that direction, you'll actually see that, of course, everybody has a say in their own perspective. But anyway, let me ask you a question. Who do you think a relationship belongs to, the man or the woman?
I think it belongs to the man.
Okay, so a woman joins a man, right?
Yes.
So by the time she's joining this man, she knows very well that if I'm going here, there are rules in this empire. If I cannot handle the rules, I'm not supposed to join that relationship, right?
If you set up the rules in the beginning.
Of course, that's what is supposed to be done. You set up the rules. That's why she's joining your empire. She comes in and finds rules for this empire. So she joins in knowing that there are rules here. So if she can't handle those rules, she doesn't come in. True or false?
True.
So why do they know that, and then they join in, and then they complain when they are in there?
Social pressure.
Exactly. And also another problem is men nowadays, they don't set the rules from the beginning. What they do is they pretend they're in love, they pretend they're romantic, and then they lure these women in this trap, and then they think they'll tie this woman here in terms of a marriage. And then now once the woman is there, they release their own view, they release their own character, and now the women think, this one is not the same man that I was attracted to, because they were chasing an ejaculation. They thought marriage was about sex, they thought marriage was about identities, false identities, and they were chasing a thrill. Once the woman is in, now realizes, this man is different, they start resenting the same man, and now that's where the problem is. So therefore every man should set rules from the beginning, and that's why I've always insisted, before somebody gets into a relationship or a marriage, they must fix their identities.
Yeah. But I think in today's relationships, you can't set rules in the beginning when you're just winning somebody over.
Why not? Why not?
You're trying to pursue somebody over, let me say, from other like 10 guys, and you start setting rules. She'll tell you I'm the price.
Why are you afraid of losing her? Why are you afraid of losing her? You're afraid of losing her because you resent your mother, and therefore you think that you're running away from your mother, and then you attract your mother. So men are resenting their mothers. They end up attracting their mothers for wives. Because if you don't fear your mother, if you don't hate your mother, you don't resent her, you simply have no fear for women. You will set rules, and you'll not be afraid that if she leaves, I'll be empty.
No, I think I fear losing her because she's beautiful.
But
I just went there for the beauty.
So you see, fear is the nature of evil, which means inside you already have the evil nature. You need to overcome the evil nature before you think of having a woman.
Okay.
Amazing. Amazing. Do you have anger?
Yeah, I do have anger.
Do you love being angry?
I don't love to, just that even when I'm angry, I don't feel.
Okay.
Deep inside, I just keep quiet and I do.
So would you want to overcome that emotion of anger?
How?
Why
I would want to, but
because emotions are the nature of a woman inside a man. So if you are an emotional man, it means you're a woman. So what you need to do, you need to overcome that nature of a woman by actually facing your mother and telling her, I've been resenting you for no good reason. I didn't even realize it and I apologize.
Can I also ask you a question?
Yes.
You think men don't have emotions as well?
They do, but their emotions are supposed to be under control.
Okay, because I also told you that I also get angry, but I control it inside and I smile.
No, you're faking the smile. How can you have anger and smile at the same time? It doesn't make sense.
I'm controlling you. You have also told me that we have, that we control it. When I get angry, when that emotion kicks in,
can I tell you something, bro? Bro, there's two sides of the story. Do you believe a heart that has anger can harbor love?
Yeah.
How? How can a room that has light harbor darkness? Anger is the nature of evil. Love is the nature of good. So how can the two sit in the same heart? Crickets.
It's a tough one, eh?
Crickets. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming through. I wish you well, though. Please consider that. It's up to you if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, it's okay. But that's my recommendation. Simply face your mother and tell her, I've realized it was a mistake that I've been resenting you, and I apologize. Once you do that, you will overcome that spirit of evil. Remember, you started the game at 1-0 down. You didn't have a father figure, so you don't know how to behave around feminine energy, or you don't even know how to behave around men who have masculine energy. So for you to overcome the nature of a woman, you must forgive your mother, because she's the one who remodeled you into her own image. So you must overcome her to overcome the nature of anger. Once you do that, you will have no anger. Now you'll know you will attract people who don't have anger. And unless you do that, your life will be a hell. Will be hell, my friend. You will end up attracting a woman who is just exactly as your mother, and you will hate her, and through that you will destroy your children.
Okay, thank you for having me.
You're welcome, sir, and I appreciate you more. Amazing. 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 I'm glad he came in open-minded, because that actually showed us what are the issues. And this is the exact thing that actually happened when I put up that post. That post, every male came in ejaculating on the comment section. They came in a lot of negative energy. I was like, oh, but it actually taught me a point, because I was actually trying to run something. I realized most of the people that I have who I call followers or who call themselves followers of Dr. Lewis, these people don't care about Dr. Lewis as an individual. They care about what I offer them. As long as I'm giving them service, as long as I'm giving them health content, they are good. But they are waiting for one day when I'll step outside the lane. Oh, they will show me who I am. They will tell me everything. They are waiting for that day that my nudes will leak. All of you will come again. You will gang up against me. He was talking about identities. Look at him. Most of you are thinking, hey, you know what? I'm waiting for you, Dr. Lewis, to have a divorce. If I'm married for that much. So that you can, hey, huyu ni kama Steve Harvey. He was just coming here to tell us about relationships and all that, fixing identities. He did not have an identity. Oh, my friend, you will wait. So I know most of you don't follow me as a person. You follow me because of what I offer, and that's just okay. Okay, I must offer service for me to be where I am right now. So I must offer some value. So most of you are following me because I offer value. But most of you who are following me, most of you, not all, most, they're trying to think, does this guy practice what he's saying? Is this guy even serious about this? Does he even say this for the views? Is he even truthful? So you are only waiting for that moment that I will step aside. Woo. So najua, I'm always aware of that. That's why your comments do not trigger me at all. So I'm ever aware. I died in my ego and resurrected in the nature of good. Amazing. Doc, we shall defend you like army ants. Trust me. Hey, those people that this gentleman flew outside the country to different countries, different destinations. This guy who is suffering now, the one for adventures, he flew people outside, used money. Of course, he was gaining from them because he was benefiting from them, and he allowed himself to become fat. So he did good in his own capability. Now we are victimizing him because, oh, kumbe ni bibi alianzisha hii kampuni. Kumbe this guy was violent. This same woman is the same woman who came and sat on an interview and said, you know what, married men, if they cheat on you, they love you more. I'm looking at it, I'm like, Now he's telling us, you know what, I am sorry. Identity problems. I am sorry that I told married women that they should stick in an abusive marriage. It was my fault. And she said it on public. And this is not the first time she's done that. There's a time they had an argument. She came on ran all these interviews and said all the crap that she wanted to say. And then apologized later. We thought they had gone back together. Wambea tunafuata. And then thereafter, now that we've known it because of what happened, now they're giving us all their life in public. They want us to take sides, and most of you are picking sides. Oh, you know, mimi niko na bibi. Oh, you know me, I stand with the man. You're picking sides. When you pick the sides, that is the evil nature inside you just trying to control you to pick sides because you're having an opinion. Let them be. Just observe. Observe. Don't do anything about it. Don't create an opinion. Don't take sides. Don't create a judgment. Just let them be. They're living their own lives. I mean, why would we meddle in them? And now these online content creators are coming there with their negative energy. Trying to, I'm like, oh, my friends, all of you are just evil. Our girls are advising this woman on how to move on and how to interact with other people so that she can actually get remarried. Remember, they have children. And the one who is advising her is a content creator. No, relationship didn't work. She's in another one. She's not married. She's saying she got a successful marriage. The right man. She said that. I have a right man. Right man, and he's not married to you. How is he a right man? You are of the nature of evil. You don't have an identity. How did you know this is the right man? This guy is here harvesting those organs. So I'm looking at the interviews. I'm like, the biasness here. I'm looking at it. I'm saying, why are people picking sides? Identity problems, left, right, and center. I'm looking at femicide, the femicide movement. I'm like, there's nothing here. It's identity problems. Those of us who married before forgiving our parents are waiting, pen and paper, for solutions. The solution is simple, bro. You got a problem. You got into a problem. So the only way to walk out of that problem is to actually fix yourself. The problem is not your marriage. The problem is you as an individual. Overcome the nature of evil, overcome the nature of a woman inside you by forgiving the mother. Reconnect with your identity by actually overcoming your father. Forgive your father for resenting him. Once you've done that, you're good to go, bro. And then stick in prayer, and then stick present, and then doubt every single thought in your head. Because one mistake that we do is we constantly listen to our thoughts. Thoughts are evil. The devil uses them to manipulate us. So we are constantly listening to our thoughts, and they send us into the future. They send us into the past. Look at it this way. You break up from one marriage, and the next thing you're thinking is to get another woman to replace this one so that you make yourself feel better. It's for your ego. You've not died in your own ego. So you're using this second woman to actually achieve a thrill that you did not achieve in the other relationship. That's a problem. You have children. If you have children out of a broken marriage, sit down. Give all your attention to these children. Work for them. And then you cannot work for these children without working on yourself, because you'll constantly be chasing a thrill. Oh, it's sex. Oh, I want to be told that I'm the best father. You're not the best father. You're not the best mother. No. Just go and overcome those that you resent, and then stick in prayer. Silent prayer all the time. Meditate. You call them meditation in the morning. Just do a silent prayer. Stick in that prayer. And then be able to see the nature of evil coming. Be able to see anger coming. Once you're able to see it, it's easy for you to overcome it. It's easy for you to discern it and not get angry about it. Okay? Identity Fridays. Let's talk to Nooks. Oh, let me turn on this. No, I'll turn it on after Nooks. 0707 2020 74 is the number you can actually call in a few minutes. 0707 2020 24. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to advertise my platforms. I have Health and Wellness Spot on YouTube, the one that I'm having a live on. Kindly go there and subscribe. Health and Wellness Spot. I also have Health and Wellness Spot on TikTok, a very good platform. I have another platform on Telegram called Health and Wellness Spot, where these conversations are actually boiling. Join that platform on Telegram. And then we have online and physical consultations that we do all the time. Every evening I'm doing an online consultation, and then at the end of the month, except this December, we are doing physical consultations in Nairobi. So you can simply book your appointment using the contact that we pin all the time, 0707074722. That is our contact, 0707074722. That is a contact for our online consultations or our physical consultations. If you want to book an appointment with us, please do so, and let's have these conversations rolling. We are changing people's lives from this, and it's just amazing. Okay, where is the Telegram link? I can't put a Telegram link on TikTok. It's pinned on the descriptions in my videos on YouTube. Doc, can you see my request? Yes, I can see your request, but you've disappeared. Kindly come back and request. Oh, I can see it. So yes, those are our platform. Then in January, we are rolling from 15th of January. We are rolling a 3 months weight loss program. We know what you're doing in December. Eating a lot of crappy foods, and you'll put up so much weight. You'll now blame baby fat. You'll now blame Christmas holidays and all that. So we are putting up a 3 months weight loss program in January from 15th. And that program you can actually join in using the same contact. Start booking your space for that. FB name is Lewis Muchile. Okay, go there and book that appointment for that weight loss program. And also you can start booking your appointments for the January physical consultations this time, so that you can be scheduled earlier. Now use WhatsApp. So text through WhatsApp. Some of you call that number, and then when you know it's not picked, you start complaining. Oh, you know what, you're not picking up the call. Yes, because the person who is picking that call is literally all over. Huh? So use WhatsApp. You'll be responded to, and be patient. Yes, Prof.
Hello, Doc. How are you?
All is well. How are you?
I am well, thank you.
Good. Welcome on board.
Thanks.
Talk to us.
Doc, is there something wrong if it's like I'm no longer interested in in involving with my friends or family? I want to be alone most of the time.
What do you mean when you say friends? Define this word friends for us.
Friends is some people you share things about your life.
Did you know when you call somebody a friend, you're actually limiting them from living their lives, because you want them to behave in a certain way that does not offend you. If they share your secret, you'll become so angry. If they say something that you do not expect them to say, you become angry. You start to resent them. You start victimizing them, calling them, oh, you know what, I thought you were my friend. Realize this, that there are no friendships. So if you don't feel like being with people, don't be with people, because you are adequate on your own.
Oh, it's okay, it's normal.
It's very normal. It's actually a sign of adequacy, because friends are coming in for a reason. If that reason disappears, they're not your friends. So stop pushing people to actually live a life that will please you, because that's what friendship is. Friendship is me trying to make people around me to behave in a way that will please me, so that if they do something, I get upset. So you don't need friends, you don't need anything. God designed you to be alone and comfortable and adequate. Once you have an identity, you become so adequate, you will not need friends, because they're not your friends. They're just people you know.
Oh, so I am becoming adequate.
You are born adequate. It's just somebody that taught you how to be inadequate. Everybody was born adequate. Your mothers, your fathers, religion, the schools, they taught you how to be inadequate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then there are some relatives asking for help. I used to help them, like I choose them over me, or even if I don't have enough, I will decide to help them.
No, that is not choosing your relatives over you. That is being stupid. Because you can only help when you have more than enough. When you have enough, then you can actually handle. So you only help. And you see, by the time they're asking for help, they know you have more. So if you think you're actually helping them because you're choosing them over you, no, you're acting silly. You need to actually undo that, okay? Once you undo that, you'll see them as just people who need help. If you are able to help them, you help them. If you're not able to help them, you tell them, hey, you know what, I'm not able to do that. And you say no, and you don't explain the no, because no is a complete statement.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't play stupid with them. You don't make them feel good. You're not here to help anybody. God helps everybody. They must seek their identities from God, and God will come through for them. If any case, people get to know God when they are suffering. So let them suffer. Yeah, let your relatives suffer so that they can actually find God. Because you're not Jesus.
Because some you will see that they created their own problems.
Yeah.
Then they will come and ask for help. When they do their things or plan their things, where do they think they will get money to pay bills for those stuff?
Let me tell you this. A very good example of how evil the people are. In my country right now, the president just told us he paid 500 million to host a Grammy Award gala. 500 million. That's $500 million. Equivalent to money that can actually fund a ministry. So he paid that to actually fund or actually buy the rights to actually have Grammys held in Kenya. Now, that money was not in the budget. So it was not budgeted for. So do you think he did the right thing?
No.
But you see, he's just a representation of who we are as a people. We help people that we have not even budgeted for. We give out money to people trying to please them so that they actually act in a way that will actually glorify us. We give people money with a very bad heart. We think that we are helping them, but in real sense, we want them to know that we are doing better. They are the ones who are suffering. So we do all these things with an evil heart. That's why we are helping when we cannot even help. We are not even in a position to help. You can only help when somebody asks you for help and when you have more than enough. And again, help comes from within you. If you have the Spirit of God inside you, if you have the Spirit of good, it will guide you on how to help, if at all it wants you to help, because you are not responsible for anything that you do. There's a spirit that lives inside you. So that spirit, if you have the Spirit of good, it will guide you to do good. You will know if you need to help them, so you'll help them. If you have the spirit of evil, you will know if you need to help them. Again, it will be the one that will be guiding you. But it will be guiding you to do charity for the camera. You'll be doing it to make them feel that, oh, you know what, we are miserable, he's doing good. So you're doing it for the ego. You get the point? So don't even think that you need to help people. You go find your identity. Once you have an identity, that identity will guide you on what to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you can help because it's like you feel bad.
By the time you're feeling bad, it means you're thinking those people are suffering. That's why you're feeling bad for them. That's why you're pitying them. So you think you're doing good, you want to help them. That is you having an ego. That is evil. That's the evil way to give. And now remember, you're not on this surface on the planet to help anybody. You are here to actually glorify God and pass. Serve God by glorifying Him and pass. Help comes from above, not from people. So therefore, they have to suffer. And when you let them suffer, they will know God. And when they know God, they'll get your help, their help. So if you have that spirit of good, you'll see. There's no emotion attached to it. So you'll not feel bad. Because when you feel bad, it's the devil telling you, oh, you know what, they are suffering. Please help them because you have some cash. And then you go ahead and take it and give it to them. You think you've helped them. They eat today, tomorrow they're still suffering. Have you solved the problem?
No, they keep on asking.
Yeah, they must find God. So tell them no. Just learn to say no.
And if you say no, you see that they will no longer want to talk to you.
And what is the problem with that?
So you will see that, oh, these people, they they talk to me because they get help from me. If they do not get help from me.
But you see, that's not you even thinking that. That's the devil trying to tell you that you're overthinking. It's the devil trying to give you those ideas. Why would you even think about how they will think about what you're doing? It's none of your business. You see, you're here to just serve God and go. You're not here to help people. So don't overthink it. Just say no if you can't help. But you can't say no with boldness if you don't have an identity. That's why your first role is to seek an identity. Don't even care about what I'm saying. You care about getting an identity. That identity will guide you on what to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Doc.
You're welcome. Amazing, Prof. Amazing. Amazing. Now, you see the problem with us helping people, helping in quotes, is we think we are Jesus. We think we're here to help anybody. God helps everybody unless God will not help them until they get their own identities. You can come in today to help them because they are suffering and you're doing well. That's ego. But how about tomorrow? How about the same people you're helping, you're trying to make them even more poorer because they will now be relying on a helping hand? Why don't you let them suffer so that they can actually know God? They actually seek God, and through that God will help them. That's not evil, that's just being bold. That is being bold. I know people are saying, oh, you know what, Doctor, so you don't help your relatives. I'm telling you the truth. I say no with a lot of ease. I'm like, hey, Tawe. If you want to overthink it, well done. Me, I'm gone. Yes, Tribalists.
Yes, Mr. Lewis.
How are you?
I'm good, sir.
Why do you call yourself Tribalist?
I'm sorry, because you know Kenya.
You're a Kenyan?
So, I'm a Kenyan.
So don't you think when you call yourself Tribalist, I'm actually thinking, were you tribal before?
I've always been tribal. Even right now, I'm tribal.
So why do you call yourself...
It's who I am.
Uh-huh. So if you're tribal, why would you call yourself Tribalist?
Because I had to think that I'm an ambassador of peace.
Did you know thoughts are evil at all times?
Sorry?
Did you know that thoughts are evil at all the time? They're lies and they're evil.
There might be, I don't know about that, but then again, I being who I am, and calling myself tribalist, it's actually who I am, because I don't judge between the lines of tribes and such.
But why would you want to prove that by calling yourself tribalist? Why don't you just use your name? Because if that is who you are, you simply just go ahead with your life. Why would you want to prove to a point to people that I am tribalist by using the name tribalist?
Because right now, speaking to you, don't even know who you're talking to. You know you're talking to a guy who just confirmed to you he's a Kenyan.
No, but I'll see somebody who doesn't have an identity, because if you have an identity, you'll be proud to use your name.
I do have an identity.
How do you know?
I do have an identity.
All right, let's roll this conversation.
I'm not only... anyway, you're making me almost get off my point.
Relax, bro. Relax. Now we can have a conversation. It was just me asking. It's curiosity. Let's go on. How are you?
I get it. But I'm not so much into politics. That's why.
Good. Take me through your story, bro.
I might be off, but the first thing I'll start with is commending you for your journey on how you made me who I am.
Okay.
First of all, I might be off on the topic.
Yeah.
The topic. But there are things I'll tell you. I don't know whether you keep listening to me, but the sugar taking stuff.
Okay.
I'm talking about nutrition.
Yeah.
So if I go off, I don't know whether you're speaking with me.
So are you okay? Why don't you just go straight to the point? You're wasting a lot of time.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Are you drinking something? It's Friday. Oh, okay. So what is it with the sugar?
That is the question. Alcohol.
What about it?
You just shoot ahead and I'm messing myself up.
What?
No, not even one brand of alcohol that somebody can take and feel like it's okay. And sugar.
I think Tribalism is trolling me. Tribalism is actually drinking alcohol and he's trolling me. He's calling himself Tribalism and he has he's tribal. Aye. Let's move on swiftly, right? Tribalism, enjoy your drink, bro. Smoke some pot. Smoke some pot, fry that liver, and then you can actually now sell it. Somebody will eat it roasted and fried. I was thinking, hey, this one is coming in with but I knew there was a problem with identities. Now he'll say, I drink alcohol, but I'm not evil. I call myself tribalist, but I'm not evil. Yes, who is this? This is Njoroge. Identity issues, my friends. Hi. Njoroge.
Look, how are you?
All is well. How are you?
I'm well. I'm Njoroge from Karoli.
Okay.
Ghana.
Yes.
I'm a biology teacher in a high school.
Amazing.
And I want to tell you a story of a certain student, a Form 2 student who approached me.
Yes.
And he wanted me to help him on dealing with masturbation.
Yes.
So I wondered, now he is reaching to a third party. I think it is out of hand.
Yes.
So maybe I wanted to get your assistance on how maybe I can be helping them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what type of assistance do you want from me?
Maybe what to be telling them about what to stop or what to do to stop it.
Yeah. And personally, do you have an identity?
I do.
Do you have anger?
No.
Amazing. So you never get angry?
No, I don't get ugly.
Amazing. That is good, because if you have anger, you cannot see the bigger picture. And if you don't have anger, it's easy for you to actually fix these children. Now understand this, that masturbation is a spiritual battle over a physical battle. The problem is when you're trying to help somebody to overcome such things, and you see in high school they are very prone. When you're trying to help these children overcome this, one is you don't look at it in terms of the habit. You look at it in terms of a spiritual aspect. Like masturbation is a demon, and demons are of the evil nature. So I would like you to do this. When you're trying to attend to a child or to a student, look at the background. Was there a father figure? Were they raised by mothers? What is going on with them? Because you cannot help them without understanding where they're coming from. That is number one. Number two, understand that masturbation, every time these students try to fight it, it persists in them. Because I remember in Form 2, that's when I was introduced to masturbation also. And at that moment in time, every time you masturbate, I used to think, I want to win this battle. I used to fight it. After masturbating, I'm like, I didn't like this experience. I don't want it. So I knew from inside me, I knew I wanted to overcome it. But it was hard to overcome it because I constantly kept on fighting it. And I think that's the mistake that these students do. They keep on fighting masturbation. When you fight it, it persists. So first thing you tell them, after looking at the background, you simply tell them, do not judge yourself after masturbating. Do not. Because you see, this guy has actually trusted you with this information. Most of us would not trust a teacher with this because they will judge us. So one, never judge them, never create an opinion about it. Tell them, explain to them that it's a spiritual battle that they need to overcome. Help them fix their identities by telling them to actually face their mothers and forgive their mothers to overcome their mothers. So they can actually face their mothers and tell their mothers, I've realized that I've been resenting you and I don't want to do that anymore. It is my mistake and I apologize. So they have to apologize to their parents for actually resenting them. They don't even know. That's why they're masturbating. They are in the nature of evil, okay? So once they forgive their parents, they simply get their own identities. Now, when they have their own identities, it becomes easier for you to handle them because you'll simply enforce the discipline. You'll make sure they are busy. You'll make sure that any pornographic literature they're actually going through is away from them, because these are the triggers. And then you simply tell them when they masturbate, they should never judge themselves. They should never create an opinion. They should only be aware that it's happening. Okay, they should be aware. They know that they are doing it is not right, but they should just be aware. They should not create an opinion about it. Do it, but be aware. When you become aware, because it's a spiritual battle, it will be taken off them. Okay, so once the child becomes aware that, oh, you know what I'm doing is not good, and I'm actually suffering, and this is not about me, because it's not them. It's the identity that lives in them that controls them to do the evil nature. So once they understand how to fix their identities by forgiving their parents, they now have an identity. And now you make them aware that when they are doing it, they should never judge themselves. They should never create an opinion about it. Once that happens, they start understanding it. Once they understand it, it becomes easier for them to just slide out of it, because the burden is not theirs. It shall be taken away by God. But they must admit that, of course, I am of the nature of evil and I need to overcome this nature of evil. So you tell them, you know what, when you're masturbating, do not judge yourself, do not create an opinion about it. Simply do it, but be aware that you're doing it, and do not fight it. So once you've done it, let the guilt hit them, because the guilt comes after the masturbation. Let the guilt hit them. Once it hit them, they realize, oh, you know what, I really need help. And imagine this guy trusted you and came to you. They have parents, but did not trust their parents. They came to you because they see you are relatable. Some teachers are not relatable. They even, this year will even fear telling you this, because they know you'll judge them or you'll even shun them off. But for you to actually make sure you guide them through, you must have an identity. So you must have no anger. You must have no opinion. You must just be a teacher, because you're actually molding them to be those children in the future, the people that they want to be in the future, even though they don't have a future. But you're trying to model them to be responsible men. Sure. Understand masturbation is a spiritual battle. It is not easy to quit. So just take them through a slow process. As long as ikifanyika, imefanyika, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. And then encourage these guys to stay present. You see, the problem is they are constantly living in a future they don't have. They are constantly living in a past that they don't have. And all these two things are actually haunting them because of their own thoughts. So you must make sure that they live in the present. You tell these boys, you know what? Sometimes you organize a boot camp. They go there, they do physical activities, they wachome vituko, wakunje, yani they do physical activities like literally, so that they actually get a distraction from these thoughts of them. Saa zingine you just create these sessions zenye unaweza wafunza kuhusu just how to be a man, and you teach them how evil masturbation is. Do not demonize it that don't do it. You teach them how evil it is and what it is taking out of them. It is taking their power from them. It is taking low their testosterone levels. When they will want to get pregnant, they want to make a woman pregnant in future, it will become a problem. They will want to have girls, they want to satisfy sexually, but they will not be able because of low testosterone levels. They are losing their immune cells. They are losing even the power to actually relate with women, because they are thinking sex is easy and is found on the hand. I don't have to talk to women. So encourage them to even talk to girls. Okay. Once you do that, tell them not to judge themselves when they are doing it. Bro, it will be taken out of them. And I wish you can actually take my number so that we can actually change the lives of these people. Okay. So use that contact, that's 0707. Do you have it? Okay. 0707 and then 07 47 22. 0707 47 22. Okay. Now, when you text that number on WhatsApp, okay? Okay. The person who is actually involved with that will actually guide you through and will lead you to my contact, my direct contact. And through that, you and I can actually have this conversation that can actually change these boys.
All right.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Man, I appreciate you for coming through, actually. I can imagine how it is out there. Bro, thank you so much for coming in. May God bless you.
Thank you, amen.
Man. Oh, oof. This is the conversation that we want. I was first introduced to masturbation in Form 2. I was a very small boy. These bodies that you see now, tumetengeza kwa gym. I was a very small boy. And a guy came with a magazine for porn. Oh, my friend, all of us in that room erected. We had an erection. Now it was just Valon after Valon. We masturbate with teachers. And we judge ourselves after it. We kept on judging ourselves. After you've done it, you're guilty, you feel guilty about it. And the more you judge yourself, the more it persists in you, because it's the same devil that is actually telling you, you know what? You can't even resist ejaculation. So the same devil that comes in and tells you, you know what, you need to ejaculate to feel good. After ejaculating, is the same guy who comes in and tells you, you know what, you can't even resist an ejaculation. You're so weak. So he makes you feel so weak. And now you cannot live there, because the more you feel weak, the more he lives in you, the more he survives. He doesn't want to die. So if you're thinking masturbation is something you can actually shun and it goes down, it's not easy. It's not. People have masturbated for 10 years, and then you just drop masturbation for 2 days, you're back 2 weeks straight. And then you're justifying it. You're just saying, me naeza, if I did it 2 days, if I didn't do it for 2 days, I can do it. Let me just do it today. See, I'll just not do it tomorrow. You're there wanking again. You go on Instagram, you just see these photos, because now social media is highly hypersexualized. Every woman you're seeing, including our online influencers, they are showing us their breasts, they are showing us thighs, and not every man is able to resist this until they have an identity to overcome the nature of evil. So if you have a son, please talk to them. Show them that this is what is happening. This is a spiritual battle. You don't have to judge yourself, because you're not responsible for anything that has happened to you, whether good or evil. Okay, and then keep them busy, because a distraction from that actually gets them somewhere. If you can enroll them into boot camps, take them there. If you can enroll them into a gym, let them go there and just push all this testosterone in the gym. Oh, masturbation, bestiality. There are children, there are sons of yours who are actually sleeping with goats and sheep and cows. In the villages, there are sons who sleep in the kitchen with the cows. Whatever is happening there all night long, you don't know. You will never know. They are watching porn because you provided the internet. You are a modern parent, given them phones. And then you're acting so stoic. You're acting so tough. In your presence, they are trembling. But when they are alone, they are wanking. 10 times a day, people are masturbating out here. And it's not even about these boys alone. There are men who are actually masturbating even when they are married. They have their women in bed. They have sex with them. It's not adequate. They still move to the bathroom to go and masturbate. So masturbation is not for the boys. It's for everybody. They actually people are going through hell. But they can't speak it out because of the shame. And I know there are even women who know that their husbands are masturbating, but they're not saying it. Because all of us are just evil. Ladies, yes, ladies are also masturbating. They have sex toys that their husband doesn't even know. And the beauty about it is a woman can hide something in your house, you can never find it. So they have all these sex toys because their men are 1 minute men. As they go to the bathroom to wank and to masturbate, so that they can actually get their thrill done, the woman takes that thing from their pillow, busy using it. Women have sex toys. Women are turning vegetables into these sex toys. And I want you to see it this way. Somebody asked me, Daktari, is it not true that if a man has sex and then pulls out and then now has to actually want to ejaculate outside, is that not masturbation? That's a question I leave to you guys. Do you think that's masturbation? Because he has the ability to actually hold back the semen, just retain the semen, but have an orgasm. So why would he pull out and then keep on doing that to just bring it out? Is it not masturbation? If you're having a sex with a woman and she's constantly rubbing her clitoris, is that not masturbation? Are you not being used as a sex toy, man? Those are questions that you need to actually ask yourself so that you can actually have this critical thinking. 0707 2020 74 is the number that is now on for people who are on YouTube. You can actually make a call to us. So yes, Mwalimu, thank you so much for coming through, man. That's bold, and I appreciate you, man. Yes, Steve Biko.
Hello, bro.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. I'm great. A long time.
Long time. Is this the Steve Biko that I know?
Yeah.
Amazing.
But then I texted you, but yeah, we were here a long time ago.
How are you? How are you, brother?
I'm very much happy.
Yeah.
And I acknowledge the discussion, Leona. You have changed people's lives.
I appreciate, sir.
I have a cousin who is in Canada.
Yeah.
who called me and told me that, hey, Biko, there's this friend of yours, health and wellness guy. Yeah, we interacted with him online about 2-3 times.
Yeah.
Akaniambia yeye mwenyewe alitoka from 168 kgs.
Yes.
Kuchange diet na zile cabbage whatever and other things.
Yes.
Amerudi mpaka right now is about 85 kgs.
Man, congratulations, bro.
Congratulations.
On his behalf, bro.
Because I told him.
Yeah.
Yeah. From Kitambo, I used to advise people on nutrition.
Yeah.
Mostly bodybuilders.
True.
But I told him that just follow this guy.
Yeah.
And a lot will change. The guy is strong in the mind.
Yeah.
And he's a great guy right now.
Bro, building, man.
It is that I like the way you're changing the lives of people. What wengi ajui about dieting.
Yeah.
The diet and other things. Yeah, I've been telling people about easy oils and other things. Zile watofai kula. Many people don't understand about calories.
Yeah.
They don't understand ketogenic diets and other things. From calorie deficient meals and other things. So you get that watu wengi hajui vitu mingi.
Yeah.
Somebody will say that apple anafaa kukula mingi, ajui ni sukari mingi pia anaongeza.
True.
Everything has its own moderation. And I think we should also organize for a podcast.
We have to, bro. We have
I think I'll give you a call.
Please
and then
do.
We look for a way ile kusongesha watu mbele, because majority of the people in the hospitals, about over 90% of the people in the hospitals are sick because of their diets.
Yeah.
Yeah, unapata mtu yeye anajua chakula na somebody eats like let me give an example, like a pig.
Yeah.
And then anataka kwenda gym. Unapata somebody has a very big pot belly.
Aende achome mafuta.
So yeah, anaenda kuchoma mafuta. The only place you're supposed to change everything is the kitchen.
Yeah.
Many people don't understand that. And I think sensitization which is supposed to be done should be a little bit more broad.
Man, I appreciate it.
Because I've realized that even my friends who are doctors, hawaelewi about nutrition.
That's the problem.
You know, that is very funny.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah. You see that nimekaa mahali chini, I'm advising a whole doctor about about 5 of them.
And the ego.
They're supposed to eat. Yeah. And then I tell them that, hey, excuse me, I'm an engineer, mimi si kitu.
Yeah.
Lakini, angalia, you have a pot belly. Simply cut your diet, angalia calories which you are taking. Ukipata mtu anataka kula ugali, anataka kunywa uji, a whole calabash. Yeah, so, bro, I can say that, vitu mingi, I'll just give you a call, I'll text you.
Yeah, please do.
And then I think tutaongea maybe during the weekend.
Man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming through, man.
I'm proud of you.
Amazing.
And success.
Amazing. Thank you, Mike G. That's Steve Biko. You can see the voice, my friend. The gentleman is confident. The gentleman is speaking volumes. Engineer. Engineer Steve Biko. Tell them, the doctors, that they don't know. And when you tell them about diets, they start telling you, when engineer, what do you know about nutrition? What do you know about medicine? You stick to your engineering. You're like, no, bro, you have a pot belly. Just emotion scandal, schiza. Let's do this. We normally say that nutritionists work not hours. Yeah, that's the problem. And you see, if you go in a hospital, you see the nutrition department, a very small department. You are wondering, but this is the backbone. So, ladies and gentlemen, Identity Fridays. Let's go back to the point. Now, general rules for relationships. General rules for relationships. Our battle is a spiritual battle. It is nothing that is happening outside us. It's actually an inside thing. Fix the inside. Number 1, these are general. Just 4 general rules before I go to men and women. Number 1, don't seek a relationship. Don't seek a husband or a wife. Understand, do not seek love, do not seek a relationship, do not seek a husband or a wife. Because immediately you start seeking, you're showing desperation. You should only seek God, the rest shall be added, including a relationship. Number 2, don't try to fix any relationship. You people who are the engineers of fixing relationships, Don't ever attempt fixing a relationship. It is not supposed to work. If it doesn't work naturally, let it go. Oh, you can't fix a broken mirror. Let it go. Number 3, find God. Actually, this should be number 1. Find God and let the rest be added. Forgive and let go. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Stay present. Once you find your identity, stay present. Because the question comes in this way. Now that I have found my identity, what next? What next is stick in prayer and stick in presence. Stay in present. Because immediately you find your identity, immediately you forgive your mother, you overcome her nature, you forgive your father, you reconnect with him. That is the point where the devil now starts to working. He starts working at that moment in time. Oh, he will want you going back so that he can actually mock your God. So seek God, let the rest be added unto you. Your problem is you're constantly seeking the rest that are supposed to be added unto you. You're seeking a relationship and love to think that these are coming in to make you complete. They are not. Some of you are chronic masturbators and you're thinking that a woman is coming in to actually solve your problem. Some of you are sex addicts and you're thinking, if I get married or if I get in a relationship, I'll not be irresponsible. I'll not have irresponsible sex. You're chasing a thrill. Seek ye first, let the rest to be added unto you. The last one. That image that you have in your head of the ideal man or ideal woman, drop it. You are lied to. That ideal marriage in your head, let it go. There is no ideal marriage. There is nothing. There's just God and identities. God will bring the right guy. That guy you're thinking is the right guy. That is your thoughts. That's the devil trying to tell you, you know what? You deserve a tall, dark, and handsome man. You deserve a fat or a slim girl. You deserve this and that. That's the devil trying to lie to you. You deserve nothing. If any case, you're not important. Allow the world to show you that you're not important. Because you're not. You're only here to serve one purpose. And that purpose is to serve God. And the rest will be added unto you. So seek ye first, let the rest be added unto you. Now, those are general rules. So now, wacha niwavuruge kidogo. Let me now destroy a little bit. Men, let's talk about this here. Number 1, before you settle into any relationship whatsoever, overcome the nature of your mother. Hapa ndo sasa tunawakorofisha. Overcome the nature of your mother. Forgive her to overcome her. Why? Because any relationship that you'll be getting in, if you've not overcome your mother, you'll be chasing your mother. You'll be constantly looking for your mother in every woman. Because you're looking for mama. You're looking for your mother. Overcome your mother by forgiving her. Reconnect with your father. That is number 1. Rule number 2. Stop buying women things to please them. Wacha nikunywe maji. You know, when you're inadequate, you're always thinking that there's something that is coming to salvage your situation. When you don't have an identity, you're always thinking that if I buy this woman gifts, right now, we are even about to celebrate Christmas. There's a man who is already thinking about the gift that he'll give or the surprise that he'll do for the woman in February on 14th, the Valentine's Day. You're even thinking where you'll take your woman on the 1st, ndo mvuke mwaka, so that you can actually cross the year and set New Year resolutions, and then wait for 14th of February, buy those flowers and take it to that woman. You want to please the woman. Man, stop buying women things. You're actually justifying ratchetry. You're actually just trying to make them think that they can actually get things from men just because they are women. You're making them believe that they are weak. Stop. Number 3. Niendelee. Ndio kunaharibu Xmas. No, I'm just being honest. Tumemalizana number 2. Number 3. If you're a man and you're living with a woman that you've not married, you're wasting another man's wife. Don't live with a woman if you've not married her. I am talking to campus boys. Just because you're living in a bed sitter, you've brought in a girl. You want to live with this lady. You're wasting another man's wife. You are justifying ratchetry. Focus on what you have to do. Build your empire. And if you want to live with her, marry her. Now, you are busy having sex with this girl, and then later on you start looking for a woman who has a lower body count, where do you think you're going to get that woman from? Yeah. Also on that note, do not ever, never, ever, ever, ever move into a woman's house. You end up kuishi huko. Where? Is this not the same thing as men chasing older women? Because by the time you're moving into a woman's house, it means you are so weak, you're so inadequate, you have nothing. Let the woman move into your home when you're marrying her. Moving into a woman's house is a sign of weakness. My friend, you will be so dominated, you'll have nothing. And this also goes to those men that get married. I'm using that word get married intentionally because men get married, then they go and live kwa kina bibi. What a shame. You go and live at your woman's place. Where is the father figure in you? Anyway, number 4. Never, ever, ever, ever worship a woman's body. Now, these things that I'm saying, you might think they are so bad to women, but these women know I'm saying the truth. Never worship a woman's body. What do I mean? I mean, if you start worshiping a woman's body, sex becomes your center of this relationship. Nothing more. After sex, no conversations, no nothing, no maturity, no growth, no anything. It's just sex. If you worship a woman's body, that's the time you start licking her genitals. Constantly licking her genitals. Because you're compensating for you having inadequacy in bed. You're weak in bed and now you're busy trying to compensate with the tongue. It's not going to work. You're actually helping her to actually satisfy her sexual thrills, her fantasies in her head. Whatever is in her head, you're actually making it come to pass. Now remember, every time a woman gets you figured out completely, you are gone. Next, she presses next. The only reason why that woman is still your woman is because she has not figured you completely. She doesn't know you will come at 5 in the evening, you leave at 7 in the morning. She doesn't know most of your financial status, other investments. She doesn't know all these things. So all this is called anxiety competition. In her head, she's actually having this anxiety, competing with something. She's always wondering, are you busy at work or are you with somebody else? That is what is keeping her on you. Immediately she gets you figured out, you're going to suffer. Now this is coming out to those men who are thinking, you know what, if I share everything that I have, my woman will be comfortable, she will trust me. Anyway. Number 5. Be honest but do not be angry. It is very hard for you to be honest if you don't have an identity, because you will always lie and you will always find a reason to actually make another lie to defend the first lie. Be honest, but do not be angry. Because again, if you're angry, the nature of evil. This tells you should be open about general things in life, but do not be open about your personal life. I just told you in the number 5 that if she figures you out completely, you're done. She presses next. She wants that person who doesn't give her the attention that you're actually giving her. She will lie to you that she likes attention. Give her all the attention, she presses next. She's on another woman or another man. If any case, she'll be on another woman. Number 6. This is to the men who constantly want to live with their mothers and their grandmothers in the same house. Move out of your mother's house. Once you move out of your mother's house, don't allow your mother to come and overstay in your home. She's going to destroy your family. If you're going to live with your mother in the city setups, a day is enough. She should go back to her husband. Now you're there with your mother in the same house. Monday to Monday, when you go to work, she's busy quarreling with your wife. She's bringing in her new cooking skills that are more superb than your wife. You're messing up that marriage. Do not allow your mother or your grandmother to come in and stay with you all through. They will mess your marriage. They will also mess your children. They'll start competing with who will sit in the front seat in the car. Avoid that nonsense. That is number 6. Number 7, age matters. Now you might think you're so much in love. Those are thoughts. They are just evil trying to control you. Age matters. A 25-year-old man is not an age mate to a 25-year-old woman. I'm telling you that for free. A 25-year-old woman is thinking so much ahead of you as a 25-year-old man. And a 25-year-old woman is at her peak. A 25-year-old man is at his lowest. He has nothing. Work on yourself. You will attract more women. But do not date your age mates. Do not date women who are older than you. Do not marry. Let me just use the word marry. Not marry a woman who is older than you. Now, the weird part is, even those who are in the gospel industries have done these things. Those who you consider as the best musicians, as the best preachers, they have done this mistake. And you're thinking, you know what? Marriage yake ina work. Look at them. Look at the conversation that they have. They are so dominated and they feel so bad about it, but they cannot say it. They lacked the love of a mother. They lacked the love of a father. They constantly kept on seeking the love of the mother. That's why they ended up attracting a woman who is older than them, who is richer than them, so that they can actually bring them up. It's a form of desperation. To women, we'll talk about that when we get to the women rules. That is number 7. Number 8. Never be emotionally attached to your children. Women are so good at punishing you through your children. Now, understand this. This is not to bring you emotions. This is the truth. The moment you become so emotionally attached to your children, that's when you start being manipulated. And anytime you love your wife, you love your children, that becomes your God. It controls you. So as a man, seek the truth, seek the kingdom of heaven, let the rest align. Love God only with all your heart, might, and soul. And let the rest just align. But loving a woman or loving your children or getting emotionally attached to them, they become your God. You move away from your main God, you come and justify these gods. That becomes a serious problem. Don't ever think that you're the best father, because you're not. You're only a caretaker. Let's continue. Number 9, 50-50 is in your head, is in your kyongs. 50-50 is non-existent. A woman is not coming in to help you or to support you when you're on a broken leg. A woman comes in to join your empire. You must have an empire before attracting a woman. So if you're thinking you're bringing in a woman so that you can actually grow together for who? Fix what you need to fix. If a woman comes in and finds that empire built, she comes in and makes it even better, because they know how to multiply things. But if you're thinking she's coming in to support you so that you can actually become a better man, you got it the wrong way. You are better without anybody. You have a connection with your father who is God, period. That's what you need. When she comes in, she finds that order. She submits to the order and marriage becomes swift. Now you see where you messed up? Oh, nataka ani support. My woman is so supportive. I can't do anything without her. You know, she came in and she took me from down to here I am right now. Woo. Anyway, number 10 and the last one. And this one is on a lighter note. When you have that woman on a date, do not hand her the menu, because you're handing over leadership. Simply tell her, hey, there's very good meat here. I would like you to try. She will eat it. Number 2, don't ask her what she's looking for in a man. Be the man. Hello? What color do you like? What are you looking for in a man? That is stupid. She will tell you who you are not. She'll describe a man that is totally the opposite of who you are. And you're here, you want to woo her. Go straight to the point. Just be the man. Amazing. Let's flip the coin and go to the women. What do you look for in a man? I'm not looking for you, of course. I'm looking for tall, dark, and handsome. That time you're hiding your stomach under the table. Kitambi umelea kwa mapaja hapa. You're hiding your stomach under the table. And you're expecting her to tell you that I'm looking for you. She's not looking for you. She's actually using you for that moment. She's using you for that moment because she thinks you're financially stable. At that moment in time, you just borrowed 1,000 shillings from me to take her for coffee. And now she's telling you, I am looking for a financially stable man. Are you financially stable when you're borrowing? And now you will turn to be a beast, because now you'll present this financially stable man so that you can actually harvest her organ and run, because you know she will realize you're not financially stable. So you are running against time. Anyway, amendments for the women. Number 1, helping a struggling man is criminal. Yeah? You are so good that now you have to come in and help a struggling man. That is criminal. You're actually playing the role of his mother. You are emasculating the man. Once you do that, this man is there for the sex. And when you're bringing him up, trying to make him the good man that you think you're making him a good man for another woman, possibly a younger woman than you. Hello? Helping a struggling male is being his mother. You're modeling him for another woman. Whether you like it or not, and you're going to be broken so bad. Men are the ones who are supposed to build women. They elevate women, not the other way around. Number 2, marrying a younger man is a sign of failure. Hello? Hey. Marrying a younger man is a sign of failure. Because if you are unable to attract older men, it basically means you lost your spot. Now take it or leave it. Hiya. Some of you have married men who are as young as your daughters. What do you expect? Hiya, maneno ndo hayo. You will make your daughters turn into being feminists. The modern feminists. They will be all over saying, oh, you know what? They will be feminists because of you. Because you've taken their men. Number 3, getting married when you have children from another marriage is criminal. Listen, one mistake is no problem. Having 2 children from one marriage and then you break out of that marriage and you want to get married again, the problem is definitely you. Why are you chasing thrills? Don't you have already satisfaction from these children? So look at it this way. When you come out of this marriage with those 2 children, and then you end up chasing the same thrill that made you leave this marriage, you go and marry another man. You call him a stepfather. He has stepped in as a father. He's not a father of these children. He's an imposter. So you call him a stepfather to actually mask his ego. You are an evil person. Because now the attention will have to be divided between your children and this stepfather. And of course, this man he doesn't care about these children. He actually got attracted to you, not to the children. So he's coming in with his own idea. And believe me, this guy, if he has his life in order, and then he manages to come to you, he will call his own shots. Now you'll have to divide your attention between you and your children and you and the new man. You will deny your children the love that they want. They will resent you. They will resent the new man. Realize this, that most sons killed their stepfathers. Do you think it's because they want to? No, it's because the evil spirit in them does not even allow them. And you see the one who is raising these sons. So you're actually remodeling them into your own image, making them very emotional. They don't know how to react to anger. They end up killing these fathers. And it's not their problem. It's the fake identity that you've actually imposed in them. So if you get 2 children from one marriage and you break that marriage, you walk out of that marriage, be willing to stay single until these sons of yours get to 18 and they leave that home. If you cannot handle that, stick in that marriage. Let's keep going. Rule number 4. Telling a man what you're looking for in another man, is a sign of desperation. Hello? Telling a man what you're looking for in another man shows desperation. Now realize that you're actually setting a trap for your own self. This male will actually act the role of that man that you want. Who suffers again? Body count number? This guy will pick you from work with a fake car. He will borrow a car to pick you from that work because you want a man with a car. He will even give you that car to stay with it during the weekend. He will even have sex with you in the same car. And then immediately he confirms, he harvests the organ. That's the time you realize this man has never owned a car. Even the house that you went in was not his. He just acted that role. And he played it so well because he manipulated your emotions. The problem is you. Twende kazi. So women should never chase men. Never chase a man. Because the more you chase a man, the more they run away from you. And realize, if a woman tells you, I am single by choice, ? She just means that she's single because the man she wants does not want her. So if you come in, you're going to be an imposter. You're going to use you as a stepping stone to get to the man that she wants. You will not blame her for cheating. Because she cheated from the statement that I'm single by choice. So, ladies, never chase a man. It is a sign of desperation. You will be manipulated. They will know. Number 5. please don't grow fat. Do everything else, but don't grow fat. Because if this man married you lean and you grow fat, you're two different people. This man can pass you on the streets because he knows that the one he married was lean. Why are you growing fat? You're not an eating machine. And I know most women will grow fat and then they'll serve this same food that made them fat to the man so that the man becomes fat. Once that happens, all of you are miserable. So you are here. You will even tell your man, don't go to the gym. I know you're going to the gym because there are women in the gym. I know you're going to make that chest so that women can actually follow you at work. That is insecurity settling in. Somebody is saying, mine loves me thick. No, he's a low value man. He's a low value man. And he lies to you that he loves you thick. But wait until he's in his friends, in the cycle of boys. Whatever he's telling them, I wish you knew. So don't, if he married you when you're thick, well done. All of you you're in your own misery. You know very well obesity is not supposed to be justified. You know very well your thick thighs have never saved anybody. Lose that weight. Oh, you don't need to struggle to keep him. Lose that weight. He will be the one who will become insecure. But grow fat, you will always be insecure. If you see him with a lean girl, you're like, unaongeanga na wasichana wa konde. Oh, ni hao unataka. Oh, ni nini sina. You will start being insecure. Don't grow fat. Thank me later. Number 7, obey your man. That's a commandment. Obey your man. Most of you, mko kazini, not because you want to work, because women love being in places of work. They don't love working. So in places of work, because your man is weak, you chose who you are, and therefore this man cannot provide for you exclusively. That's why you find reason to chip in to assist him to raise his children and to maintain a home. That is not your role. Your role is submission and to raise the children to this man. If you can support him through spiritual aspect of prayer. Amazing. Self-explanatory. Number 7. If you are a single parent, if you are a mother, and you broke up with your ex, the father to your children, do not block these children from actually interacting or meeting their fathers. This is one thing that you people are doing perfectly. You're actually blocking these children from meeting their fathers, and then you're actually training them to hate their fathers with your anger or with your hate. And then 10 years down the line, you're going to blame these same children for being physical, for actually abusing your daughters. You're going to carry all these placards saying femicide, it must end. But you're the ones who are raising these children and teaching them hate and anger, blocking them from actually having an identity, because the identity will come by actually forgiving their fathers. So stop pretending that femicide is a problem. The problem is who raised these children who are actually causing these femicide issues. You want us to go deeper into that? It's a topic for another day. Your anger should never be used to punish your ex-man. Even in case there's no ex-man. You just made a wrong choice, and that is who you are. You attracted who you are. So your anger should never be used to punish your children, because they will resent you. They will become as angry as you are, because whatever they resent, they become. They'll be depressed. They'll turn into the umbrella. They'll become... If they are sons, you will see a whole different type of son. They will actually shame you in public. Good. And they will end up marrying a woman who is just like you. An older woman, a provider, because they know women have to provide. And I know very well, no woman wants their sons to marry an older woman. Ladies, are you here? They even delete fathers' names from the children's certificate. Imagine that. Birth certificate. So ladies, tell me, would you want your son to marry a woman who is your age mate? At least as far as many as opinions say, would you want your son to marry a woman who is your age mate? Twende nalo. I think I stand to be corrected. So you tell me, do you think you can marry a son? Do you think you can allow your son to marry a woman who is your age mate? Number 8. If a man wants to leave, assist him. If a man wants to leave you, you want to leave, okay. Assist him. You will only feel inadequate if you don't have an identity. You'll only think that a man is coming in to actually assist you if you don't have an identity. It means you are evil. So you're constantly chasing thrills instead of chasing the kingdom of heaven. So if a man wants to leave you, let him. Even assist him. It was nice when you're here. So we'll see you in the future. And don't allow him back. Same to men. If she leaves, don't allow her back. Don't. She will punish you. If you let that male come back, he's going to punish you. So mistake ni yako. If he leaves, assist him. Don't even think of trapping him with your pregnancy. Nimeshika mimba yako. Don't ever think of trapping a man with a pregnancy. You can't. You cannot. Number 9. Never, ever, ever, ever. This is a mistake that most of you do. Bring your younger sister to live with you and your husband. Oh. You are 40. You're bringing your younger sister who is 22. Hey, I'm telling you, your husband will always be looking at that sister of yours from here, from this angle. Yeah? Mnakula hapa lakini macho yake iko tu huko. Haya. Acha tukunywe maji. Let her live with us. Wacha aishi na sisi. Let her live with us as she goes to campus. Remember, your husband is one of those who parks his Mercedes-Benz outside the university colleges to pick younger women. Now you brought one here. And this one, if your husband just says, hey, leta ile kitu, she does it because she knows huyu ndo baba is the provider. So she respects and submits. And you there, your husband says, nataka hii, you are, nimechoka. You don't see I'm carrying the baby. I'm doing something else. Please, nani, bring it for baba nani. Where? Mutashare dowry. Mutashare dowry. And if any case, you'll be kicked out because you're the older one. You might be kicked out. There are cases that people have been kicked out because of their younger sisters. Just the same way, no man should allow their mothers to come in. Or even their sisters. By the way, sisters, these in-laws, ladies know this. If a man brings their sister to live with you, problems. Sisters, I don't know why in-laws, these are my sisters or mwanaume, wanakonga crazy evil. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So be cautious. Number 10. Never ever think of bringing in a third party to actually solve your marital problems. Now, you might think that Dr. Lewis is the best counselor ever on the internet. And then you decide, you know what, let me carry my husband so that we can actually go and sit down with Dr. Lewis and have these conversations about how we are struggling in our marriage. You see, this one has erectile dysfunction, Daktari, help us fix him. You see, this one dries up when we are having an affair. Please, talk to her. What should you do? Please, you would rather prefer coming as an individual. Do not emasculate your man by taking him to a preacher or a psychologist or a counselor to actually fix your personal problems. Your role is to trust and believe in your man. Talk to him in bedroom. And I'm telling you that for free. Some counselors will lose money for this. But you carry your husband and take him there and let you talk about these things. If any case, by the time you're going to a preacher, so that he can actually come in to tell your man how he should behave as a man, that preacher becomes your man. He becomes your man because you're looking up to your preacher. Oh, wacha nipelekea mhubiri kuku akule. Oh, wacha nipeleke sijui nini. And your man is there eating, I don't know, mchele na maharagwe, all mixture of carbohydrates. What if you can't reach a consensus? Sammy, you attracted who you are. Drop it. Why would you? I've just said as rule number. What? Let me see. Rule number what? When you say do not struggle to fix a relationship. Do not even fix a relationship. Sammy, if it's not working, it's not working. You can't fix it. No pastor is coming in to fix it. All of you have to go to the basics. You need to seek your identity. She needs to seek her identity from your parents so that all of you get to know what is really needed for this one. But all of you don't have an identity. So what makes you think somebody from outside is coming to fix what is inside you too? It's not going to happen. If it's gone, it's gone. The problem is we keep on holding on to it because you're thinking it will work one day. It is not going to work. It's not going to work. It's a marriage for heaven's sake. If it's not working, it's not working. Hey. Our family friend, my father's age mate, married a sister to the wife. She had come to go for college. You can't make these things up. Men are visual creatures. Remember, they married you when you actually looked like your younger sister. You are lean, you're this vibrant, so much energy. Now you're there putting on all these deras that you people put on. You take a shower once and you're gone. You don't even take a shower in the evening because you know what, mmezoeana. You're there with some scent that is full of testosterone and you're a woman of the house. Hey, and your sister is just busy beds everywhere. She has this cologne, and when she passes, it takes about 2 minutes to just hit my nose. I'm like, hey, what is that cologne? And I realize, oh, I just asked about your sister. You're like, I'm so, pole. Yeah? And then you're letting her serve your man. You're there saying, oh, you know, just sister yangu anatupikia. So if your sister cooks or your maid cooks, and then you serve your husband, well done. And then your husband says, this food is tasty, this food is delicious. Where do you think that compliment goes to? Does it go to you who served or the one who cooked? Huh? Your compliment nafaa kwenda wapi? Iende maid ama sister yako mdogo, or should it be for you who served? So you're there pretending, so I'm telling you, basics are basics. And women are perfect under a strong man and a stoic man, a provider, a leader who will act as an example to them and to their children. Now, you've already seen from those 10 rules for each, plus the 4 rules, the general rules, you've already seen where people go wrong. That's where identities come in. Now we start resenting each other. Now we are in a marriage. We can't stand it because the man cheated with your sister. You can't stand it. You're so full of anger. You're waiting for one chance to just erupt. Apparently that chance is provided by your children. Now you're shouting at the children. And when you shout at them, they think that is parenting. They resent you. They don't even know it because now you are raising them in the nature of evil. And they become so resentful. And that's how they grow up. Oh, these children are so messed up. And the exact picture that we are seeing at home is the exact picture that they're actually depicting out here. And there are people who have daughters that they want to be married someday. They get married to these sons of yours. How can we lack those femicides? How can we even lack homicides? How can we not have rape? How can we not have the umbrella expanding every single day, even if there is no agenda for the umbrella? If all of us decide to be gay or lesbians, what is the next thing? Should we become extinct? So all anger issues are coming in because all of us are actually messing these children without knowing. And if we go back to the basics, perfect marriages, awesome marriages, and now you're BSC telling us marriage does not work. It doesn't work for you because you don't have an identity. There are people who have been there, it is working for them. Why? Because they sorted the basics, they know the basics. So as we call this a night, let's talk to Hazel. This is who? Yeah, let's talk to Hazel and then we call it a night. Just one person and we call it a night. 2 hours, 38 minutes here. Amazing. So if you've never been on my YouTube channel, go and subscribe. Health and Wellness Sport. Yes, this is Hazel. Hello, Hazel. Hazel, are you there or are you trolling us? I think she did not want to have a conversation, so we thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm thankful that you've been here for the last 2 hours and 39 minutes listening to me ranting all through. I appreciate all of you and I can only hope that it gets better for you. We are not perfect, but you're here to learn. Every single day we'll do this. We'll make sure that Identity Fridays become so interesting. We'll tell you what you don't want to hear because that's what we have to do. And thank you so much for taking your time this Friday to be here all through. I know you should have been somewhere with Tribalists, having 2 for the road, testing every liquor from every company. But you're here and you decided to fix your identities from here. We thank you. We cannot take it for granted. We hope that God can come through for you. We hope that your marriage, your relationships can actually work so that you know or you speak good about the relationships, the order of God. All the same, stick in prayer, stay present, doubt your thoughts, okay? Doubt your thoughts, and all over, just go, as you use these holidays for Christmas celebrations, overcome the nature of evil in your parents. Go and overcome them, go overcome the nature of the devil inside you, overcome your mother by forgiving her, tell her, hey, you know what, I have realized it's not right for me to resent you, and you're a human being, and I've been resenting you for no good reason, therefore I apologize. overcome her. Do not care about what she says. Move to your father and tell him the same thing. Once you do that, God takes the burden of anger, emotions, doubt, concern, fear, loneliness. He takes it out of you, and then he fills you with love. And then that love will be used to actually spread to your wife, if you're a man, and to spread to your children. And that is a perfect family. So I wish you well, and we can see you on Monday. We'll see you on Monday again for another live, and that's a health live. So see you next week. Have a good weekend and take care of yourself. And I hope you're fasting. Bye.